Hello everyone, Sunmiran here. Welcome back to a new game, a new episode of Hearts of Iron 4. So this time I'm gonna play another mod that I found. This time I'm gonna play another mod that I found this mod. So it is called 1900s to 2030s mod German Empire. So as you can see, we're gonna play from 1900 to 2030. Now, I have to be honest with you guys, I don't think I'm gonna make it because of, first of all, of the CTDs, and second of all, because of the length of this campaign. The length of this campaign that is going to be huge, and that's why I don't think I'm gonna do it. But I'll give it a try. I'm gonna try this mod, I'm gonna see how it works, and then we'll see what we're gonna do about it. So if you guys have any suggestions on how to play this mod, what to do next, and any suggestions about this mod, or observations, or notes, or comments and so on, just write it down below in the chat, so I will try to answer them as good as I can. But in the meantime, I think the most important thing is that I'm just gonna move on with the campaign, and we're gonna explore to get this wonderful mod for Hearts of Iron 4. I'm so excited to play it. It's the first time I'm trying, so it is a lot of things to do. As you can see, we can select the national focus. We're starting in 1900, and the prize if you're gonna survive this. I mean, I'm not even sure if you're gonna manage to get through World War I with the German Empire. As you can see right now, we got basically no allies, so national spirit. We got no allies, no nothing, no national focus, no nothing. And we have House of Hohenzollern, we have no faction at all. And we have authoritarian outlook. Let's see if I can change this. Yeah, we got here the parties, but it's not a big deal with these parties actually. We got collaboration 0, we got subject 0, we got occupied territories, Empire of Burundi. Now look, we're talking about German Empire, so by this time German Empire really had a colonial empire as well as the Britain and so on. So as you can see here, Namibia was part of the German Empire. And I find this to be cool. Now when the World War will start, we're gonna lose all this, make no mistake. All this will be lost. We're gonna have to focus all of our troops in, we're gonna abandon these territories. We're gonna have zero chance of keeping them. Look at the British Raj, for example, which is a puppet state of Great Britain under Queen Victoria. Beloved monarchy and well connected. I take a look at the Chinese Empire. Chinese Empire has also Mongolia. It's just huge. It's being controlled by Cixi. And the Russian Empire, controlled by Nikolai II. And of course, Hirohito. Mutsuhito is the father of Hirohito. I think they are already in... no, they're no faction as well. And they got major restoration, which gives us a huge bonus. They got developed rail network, they got wooden constructions, and they got Bushido card. It gives us more, give them more division organization. And we're playing with poor German Empire, which is not that poor at this moment. I think we're gonna make alliance with Austro-Hungarians, and we're gonna have to fight all of Europe, including Russia. We're gonna also make alliance possibly with the Ottoman Empire, that I think might be doing a good job down here. We can negotiate licenses, unprofitable companies. They got a lot of penalties because this empire was actually, the Ottoman Empire was actually about to fall. But we'll see about that if this is going to happen. And we've got some decisions there that we can make, but I would say let's just jump right into the game and let's see what's gonna happen next. Let's just advance a few. Yeah, so as you can see, already one day left, and we already have thousands of messages. This mod is absolutely huge and complex and great. So we got first electric bus here. The first electric bus becomes operational in New York City. Okay. We got global politicals report. This event will change the power status and army size ideas. Well, we'll see about that. I hope that this is not going to happen anytime soon, but we shall see. As you can see, the game is just moving very smoothly on 5th of January 1900. Philippine-American War, American imperialism. Philippine Republic declares independence. United States of America declare war on the Philippine Republic. And now we have our first war. But Germany, I think, is not going to take place. We got political power 2.2. We got plenty of manpower. We're still getting incredible 22,000. Now, this is really a lot, isn't it? Of course, during World War I, we're also going to have a lot of losses. Let's select the national focus right now and don't waste time. So as you can see, national focus is also pretty big. Auswärtig is amped. And we got a lot to research. Open the political sphere. German question. Free market or a planned economy? Adds no free economy, which grants. Revitalize the army, DNC. And a new navy for new century, DNC. But as you can see, there are just a few things. Which means that I think we're gonna be done with it right away. First of all, I'm gonna go with the Auswärtiges Amt, and after that, we're gonna go with European Affairs or stay neutral. Of course, I'm gonna go with European Affairs. I'm gonna declare World War I. Now let's go on first with Auswärtiges Amt, which is going to take a few days, which is good, and research. Now this is the interesting part. So we are in 1902, or in 1900, or in 1890, Gewehr 88, or Gewehr 898, or Karabin 98A. And so on. So there's a lot of research down here, as you can see. It's very nice, isn't it? Now I'm gonna go with Marines, because I think Marines will be very important to research. Then I'm gonna go on with support troops. 1904, as you can see, they are too far away. 1904. This one is also too far away. It's just gonna cost, just gonna take a lot to research. Armored car. We got armored car prototype, which looks very strange, but this is what it was back then. So let's just move on. Artillery. So we got here 1900, nothing to research. The next would be one of these, but it's going to take a lot. Improved artillery shells, 289 days. It's going to increase breakthrough of artillery just a little bit. I'm gonna go on with it. Then naval. So as you can see, we've got plenty of ships that we can research. Now, the Empire of Germany was not the most advanced regarding navy. And got pre-dreadnoughts, Braunschweig class. So of course we're gonna have it. And regarding air, 1901, we're gonna have Zeppelin, which is some kind of it's gonna be like some kind of patrol plane or something. 500 days engine and airframe. Dream of flight. You don't have to research a dream. You just dream it. Now this is very funny. Glider 1890, essential technology. First human Otto Lilienthal finally undertook the challenge of achieving man's dream of flight by 20 manual glider and engineless biplane prototypes, and flying over 2,000 flights until his death in 1896. Alright, so this was supposed to happen. I'm not gonna research the Zeppelin now. Engineering, chemical research. I think this is important. It's gonna give us research speed 1%, 89 days. First modern chemical research. Let's go on with it. And that's it for now. Let's just go on with the campaign. I'm not going to do anything else. Also, Auswärtiges Amt is done. Now it's going to give us changing popularity for authoritarian 5%. We could go with the Boxer Rebellion. That is going to give us even more bonuses. And then proclaim neutrality, condemn the Boxers. Support the Boxers. Chinese Empire. Neutrality. Allow volunteers. Sanction China, support Chinese foreign policy. Oh, so this has to do with this. Okay, I would Chinese Empire, host a foreign agency, opinion of German Empire minus support China, smuggle weapons to them. Support Chinese foreign policy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with support the Boxers here. Arm the Boxers. Boxer Rebellion comes to an end, and we should have here, then after that European Affairs, that is going to move very fast. I'm not sure if this focus tree will update once we're gonna go to a new era. I really don't know about that. I mean, at least regarding external affairs, that would be good. The Box Rebellion, this is going to give us some bonus. It's going to take only 7 days, so I'm going to go on with it. Let's go on with it. And there are also some decisions that I could take here. Open the influence map. Oh man, look at this craziness. This should influence over habit. Wants to open a concession. 60 days. So they are the Russians because China is being given to unite South America. No, I don't really. Decisions to make your gameplay more enjoyable. Load the next era. Power status report. Very interesting things, but no. Form new nation. Greater Germany, fine. Moves the camera to random state required to form. Disable AI. There are a lot of things. Colonial Empire, fate of Italy, and some other things. I guess I'm not interested about that now. Because in China, I think we also have a concession. We also have a small territory right here, Qingdao, and here are the Boxers. And there are many other territories that are being influenced by the UK and so on. Now we got already the Boxer Rebellion, and I think the war should start with China. So we could proclaim neutrality or support the Boxers. Also in 7 days, gonna give us even more political base, stability, and so on. I'm gonna support the Boxers. And as you can see, we already can modify government. Cabinet of Ministers is what I'm gonna do because this is very important. Empire, Bernhard von Bülow, already in January 1900. Prussian dominance minus 5%. Wilhelm II plus 15%. But they just took cost with democracy support, communism, civilian to military, Salafist, daily fundamentalist, backroom stabber, subversive activity cost, captain of industry, financial experts, consumer goods factories minus 5. I think this is very important down here. Compassionate gentleman, damage to garrison. No, I think this is very important. I'm just going to go on with it. And what I want to do is to start producing something. We have to start producing something. We cannot just rely on that. Reinforcements, upgrades, supply, operations, garrison. That's alright. Here, army should be the best and air less. Fuel priority, lower fuel priority. Navy pretty much. And we are producing something already. But we're not constructing anything. Priority. Jesus, what's this supposed to mean? Minus 48%. 19th century industrial techniques minus. Okay, it's true. Alright, let's just check again. So we got 29 factories. I think that's alright. What I'm gonna need will be. Don't have too many factories. We could have trenches and so on. More civilian factories. Let's build some in Brandenburg. Or 2 of them. More military factories as well. And that will be all that we have. And these are roads. But I don't think we're gonna need roads right now. And air base, also not supply hub and ports. Maybe this is what we're gonna need. I'm just gonna build another port. And that's it. Actually, no, actually, of course, airplanes, air base is good, but infrastructure is going to be much more important, I think, than anything else. So we could go on with it. Just a few infrastructure, a few factories. I think that will be alright. Now we could train some divisions. We got the Marine Stosstruppen, which I think will be important. So I'm just gonna train 2 of them, one after the other in Hanover, and we will need some more stuff such as the motorized. Now what exactly is motorized? Horse drone support, early armored train, steam locomotive. Let's produce both of them anyway. Locomotive and so on, because we got plenty of factories. We can also have more factories like this. And we're still gonna need motorized. Maybe we're gonna find armored car prototype. Missing equipment motorized. Armored car prototype, steam early armored train. And where is the motorized then? Ah, here maybe. Yeah, this is the motorized, the horn drone carriage. Yes, indeed. So we're just going to create only 2 divisions. As you can see, we can have a limit of 243 divisions. But until then, I think we can create even more, including the Hussars, Strassen Panzerwagen. Basically, I can already start doing that. The mountain infantry is also going to be interesting. Schutztruppe no, Ersatz no, Hussars and yeah, let's train this as well. Because also got manpower, and I mean we have to do this. Let's just say let's create 5 of them and 6 of Hussars. This will be a little bit much, but it doesn't matter. I think we should be alright with that. And of course, we will need now a lot more logistics, but I'm gonna take care of it. Right, now production. We're going to production. We can also build some. I'm gonna go on with convoys because we're gonna need a lot of convoys. We've got only 169, so I'm gonna create some convoys. And of course, I could also create some ships. I don't think I have too many ships, so I could just wait, or let's just create some ships there. Torpedo boat, coastal submarine, armored cruiser, torpedo boat 1, MK0, pre-dreadnought class, Kaiser class MK0. I'm not sure which is better. There's absolutely no difference, but I could just upgrade them. Alright, so let's just create, I don't know, let's just say 5 of this, coastal submarine 10, armored cruiser 3, and 2 of these ships. Right, and as you can see, we have used all of our armor slots. Now, factory output is not that big. Stability is really good, but the rest is just not looking very good. We could use all of our military factories, of course. Let's just use them. 16 out of 29 to produce more of everything. 22 out of 29, so we can produce even more then. And then I'm just gonna adapt it later. I'm gonna have to buy some stuff here, such as rubber from these dudes. And from the United Kingdom, I'm just gonna buy some other type. And we're gonna have now less factories, of course. There was something to expect. Which means once we're gonna do this, we're gonna have less factories. Battle of Platrand. Whatever that was, I don't care. Alright, so now we're looking better. Now I should just organize our army a little bit. I'm gonna do this later. And our navy. We're also gonna do this later. Let's just move towards February 1900. Because we have to move on with this campaign. This campaign has to move. So now we're gonna support the Boxers. As you can see, it's gonna give us a very nice bonus. But I'm gonna stop here with foreign policy because we're not gonna need it now. After that, I could just go on suppress subjects, technology sharing, faction research sharing group, army training, construction engineering, construction repair, all resistance target, naval production, dockyard output, or something like that. But as I said, I'm gonna do this later. Now let's get back to internal affairs because I want to empower the Kaiser. So I'm gonna go with open the political sphere. That's gonna give us also some bonuses. We can modify officer corps. Army command or military high command. I'm gonna go with army command. Now unfortunately I can go only this old guard here. Because otherwise you're gonna need command power. What about here? The same thing. There is only one old guard art store, Prussian dominance -6. Excuse me. Which means that I would like to use this modifying government. I would like to use this right here. I mean to use the political power right here. Captain of industry, fortification, compassionate gentleman, ideological crusader, party, popularity, stability modifier, stability 15%, quartermaster general, smooth talking, improved relations, silent workhouse, political power gain, war industrialist, fuel silo, social reformer, anti-communist, technocrat, research speed 5%, economist, production efficiency kept 5%, and anti-fascist. Daily fascist support -002, stability. I think I'm gonna go with demo technocrat because we're gonna need, or political power gain. I think this one is also gonna be important. Power gain 15%, Fidelius Münster. We're gonna go on with it. Now it should increase political power gain. Rebellion, Mat Saleh Rebellion, British North Borneo. Who cares about that? Battle of Spion Kop. The Battle of Spion was a military engagement between British and two Boer republics, South African Republic and the Orange Free State. So the British are really fighting a lot in South Africa. That's why South Africa now is totally against the British, no matter what. And recruitable 1.73, unfortunately. I thought we were gonna have more. I thought we were gonna get more manpower after that. American League of Professional Baseball Clubs founded. Who cares? Assassination of Governor William Gilbert. Being ward of rumored assassination plot, walked flanked by two bodyguards to the all-state capital on the morning of January 13, 1900. Reports conflict about what happened, but some 5 or 6 shots were fired from a nearby state building, one striking Gilbert in the chest and wounding him seriously. Serving as governor pending a final decision on the election, called out the militia and ordered the General Assembly into a special session, not in Frankfurt, but in London, Kentucky, a Republican area. The Republican minority obeyed the call and went to London. Democrats resisted to move, many going instead to Louisville. Both groups claimed authority, but the Republicans were too few to muster a quorum. America announces open door policy. Originated by the United States in 1899-1900 for the protection of the privileges of small countries trading with China and in support of Chinese territorial and administrative integrity. Who cares? So in February 1900, and a lot of events happened right now in the war that I didn't really want to see. We can modify against this, but as I said, I don't think I want to put an old guard here. I would like to choose one of these dudes. And same thing here. For that, I'm just gonna have to wait a little bit because we're gonna need more manpower, like 20. And it's increasing anyway very fast. Battle of Ladysmith. The Battle of Ladysmith was one of the early engagements of the Second Boer War. A large British force which had concentrated at the garrison town of Ladysmith launched a sortie on the 3rd of October 1899 against Boer armies, which was slowly surrounding the town. The result was a disaster for the British. Yeah. The British had a lot of disasters in their history. Disaster battles, so to speak. Alright, let's choose another minister. I wanted to put one to increase research. This research is very important. So as you can see now, I already have an 12 research, Prussian dominance, no nuclear spending, no space program, elite officer training. Great. I would also like to change the laws. I mean the recruiting law and so on. Keen is nationalized, foreign investors, limited exports. Maybe you could go with free trade or something. High taxes, high tariffs, and normal financial operations. This is good. Unavailable, DEFCON, heavily regulated migration, minor restrictions on security policy, censor press, partial mobilization, and warmonger. War policeman, American imperialism. Britannia rules the waves. When is it supposed to mean American imperialism? And here, tiny social security spending. What is going to happen if you're going to spend more? More civilian factories. medium infrastructure. This will increase infrastructure speed, so not a big deal. Medium industry. Also got military policy, armed force budget, national character. No air force. Yeah, a lot of interesting things to do here. The game, I think the mod is pretty complex. It's actually more complex than I thought. Siege of Kimberley is raised during the Second Anglo-Boer War between the two Boer republics and Britain. General French relieved Kimberley after a siege of 123 days. Despite numerous attacks by the Boer commandos and 5,800 shells fired, the town had suffered only 131 casualties amongst armed defenders and 21 civilians, but some 1,500 people, mostly coloreds and blacks, had died of famine and disease. We are in February 1900. I just started this game and already so many battles and messages. I think this is way too much. Alright, let's organize, because we are in February. Organize the fleet. Admiral Alfred von Tirpitz. Yeah, this was a great admiral, historically speaking. Only 2 ships. Kaiserin Augusta class. We've got plenty of admirals, thank God. This is really good. Frankly, let's see how many admirals do we have. Not too many, but we can recruit some new admirals anyway. Right, I just want to start making exercises for one of these, and that will be all. And then we have a new thing that's coming with some submarines that I think are being built relatively fast. Yeah, one coastal submarine has appeared. I'm just gonna put up a lot of submarines. Of course, they might be destroyed by the enemy forces, or they might not be destroyed. We'll see about that. FC Bayern Munich funded. Gain base stability 5%. So as you can see, stability now looking much better. We're gaining enough manpower in the States. FC Bayern Munich funded. In 1900, wow, that's great. The club has 124 years. Is 124 years old now. And effects from stability is just wonderful. Are just wonderful. War of the Golden Stool. But as you can see, we're still struggling to build this. It's just going to take forever to build them because of the bonuses. Oh, we can create agency already. Up there. Yeah, up there I think is great. Let's create it. In 30 days, gonna have to have an agency already. Absolutely. Yes, and we can choose one of these guys, but this time the best of them. Army Defense, Division Defense, Army Drill, Army Maneuver, Division Speed, Non-Combat Out of Supply, Army Offense, Division Attack. Yeah, I think this is good. Army Command, Division Attack 10%. This will be good, because once we're gonna start attacking, we should be alright. Blood group classified. The human ABO blood groups were discovered by Austrian-born American biologist Karl Landsteiner in 1901. Landsteiner found that there are substances in the blood, antigens and antibodies, that induce clumping of red cells when red cells of one type are added to those of a second type. He recognized 3 groups, A, B, and O. That is good, that's a good job. In particular, the decision foreign influence, creative collaboration, government in the Empire of Japan. I guess I can do this. Has occupation modifier a new regime. formulation high decision. Political actions. Why would I like to recall von Mucke? Because von Mucke, I think, is a minister also. No, he's not. At least not now. Foreign influence in China. Assumed influence over... Let's assume influence. United South America, no. Arrival of Russian Navy in Korea. The arrival of a Russian naval fleet in Korea causes concern to the imperial Japanese government. This has behind tensions of the region and the question of what nation will have control over the Korean region. I thought that our influence should increase from naval exercises. Alright, open the political sphere. And we're gonna empower the Kaiser, but not yet. I want to empower the Kaiser later. Empowering the Reichstag. That's the parliament. No. We're not gonna go that way. We're just gonna go industrial development. One of these ways, Weltpolitik. The German question. This will mean lesser German solution, greater German solution. Our Austrian ally. I want to go this here. It can be only one, and here it means that we're gonna declare war on Austria, but I want to go as Austrian ally, honestly. I don't want to annex Austria or so on. And there are many others. But I'm gonna go on, however, with the German questions to increase our stability to like 100%, which is absolutely great. Now we have another officer here. Could add a theorist. Actually, this is good. Nuclear rocket military theorist, like doctrine cost. Yes, I can definitely go with Libertas Wenzel. Which is, I think, also a minister, if I'm not wrong. No, Fidelius Münster. It's not the same, right? No, Libertas Wenzel. No, this is another dude. And we can still do something else. Military High Command. It just is gonna cost a little bit more command powers. I'm just gonna wait. First motor chemical research is done. It's gonna increase research speed a little bit. Let's go on industry. In 1900s, I've got plenty of stuff to do down here. I'm gonna do the one that's gonna cost less. However, I think early oil drilling is very important, so it's gonna take a lot. I got research speed 13%. It's going to increase, of course. We're just gonna get Braunschweig class coming very soon. Prince of Wales dodges bullet in Brussels. The rail train was preparing to pull out of the Gare du Nord in Brussels on April 4th, bounding for Copenhagen, when a determined-looking youth approached from out of the crowd of well-wishers on the platform. He waited for a moment while an attendant handed cups of tea to the Prince and Princess of Wales seated inside. Then, when the attendant moved out of the way, he lunged towards the train, jumping up on a step on the side of the carriage as it began moving out the station. He fired 2 shots from a pistol into the royal compartment. One narrowly missed the prince's head, but hit a metal handrest and landed on the seat. The other flew harmlessly through the air, but before he could fire a 3rd shot, the station master, Charles Perkins, wrested the shooter to the ground. Very interesting happening event. And we have created the Abwehr. Now we're gonna recruit one dude, and let's see what we got here. So we got a bunch of stuff here to research, which is good. I'm gonna go first of all for the department. because we're gonna need the spies, which is great. Now going to commando training, you can also become the spy master. We have an agency with 3 different branch upgrades to become. Would it be in a faction? Okay, we're not in a faction just yet, but we will be soon. Let's first of all form the cryptology department, I was saying. Form the department in 30 days. Philippine Republic was, oh man, that means that the United States now is a big ass country. Yeah, they have also Philippines. Oh, I guess that was a nice decision. Now they are big. I'm gonna have to face them. So we're in April. I want to organize the army as well. Let's organize the army, our army. Gonna need a marshal. 3 out of 5, that's good. And here I'm gonna need another army. We already have a lot of divisions, and I cannot complain if we don't have any divisions. Because each can have 5 armies, and we have them. Okay, now let's choose the generals. There are so many old generals on them. And most of them just look the same somehow. Alright, we could also upgrade the dudes, but I don't want to do it just yet. I just want to upgrade what we have to upgrade, and not the armies. And I think we still might have some divisions over there. That's right, in Africa and so on. I'm just gonna send them back here. We're keep recruiting and trying to deploy a few divisions as well, but they're gonna need more equipment, especially more armored car and support equipment. But we don't have any prefectures. In fact, we're using everything a lot. And I'm trying to have more early refills. Early refills are good. Right here, we got already 2000. We're just gonna need more. And because we are in April 1900, just. We could, for example, use these dudes to make some exercise, start exercise in order to increase our experience. They're gonna also become tough soldiers if they're gonna start exercising, so I think it's important. Now we can choose another command here. Let's choose a Navy commander. Anti-submarine, submarine detection. Naval experience gain, convoy raiding. Decisive battle. Yeah, I think this one is very important. Let's choose him. End of the Philippine-American War. I know that America is now just going to become basically stronger, like much stronger. Let's see what can we choose here. Form new nation. I don't think I need to jump into this right now. This is not gonna bring much. Sharjah conquest of Ras Al Khaimah. Sheikh Sakir bin Khalid Al Qasimi was the ruler of Sharjah from 1883 to 1914. He took control over Sharjah in a coup during the absence of his uncle Salim bin Sultan Al Qasimi and ruled both Sharjah and from 1900 to his death in 1914 Ras Al Khaimah. Who cares? French conquest of Borno. French Republic declared war on the rebels. I think this is the same problem that I'm gonna face or have. The Battle of Kuseri originated in French plans to occupy the Charles Bulgarian region. In 1899-1900, the French organized 3 armed columns, one proceeding north from Congo, one east from Niger, and another south from Algeria. The objective was to link all French possessions in Western Africa, and this was achieved April 21st, 1900, on the right bank of the Chari, in what is now Chad, opposite Kuseri, and what today is southern Cameroon. So that means that there is a rebellion around here. Yeah, and they're fighting the rebels. And there is nothing else I can do. Now let's recruit our first best spy previously to World War I in Iran, Sigurd Beer. And we can form another department, or we can become a spy master? No, not yet. Disguise. But I'm gonna go first of all with passive defense. I could decipher something, although I don't think it's necessary because we're not at war with anyone. Not necessary to do that. You also got this territory that basically belongs to Denmark. I mean, nowadays this one belongs to Denmark. And we got our first spy. And our first ship of submarines that is arriving. I think we got some with whom we are making some naval exercises. Operating in the Yellow Sea. Alright, that's why I cannot see that. I didn't know where they are. Heavy cruiser. Alright, they are operating right here because we're not at war with anyone, so they can operate. That's why. Now, once the World War will start, I'm just gonna commit all of our forces to defend in Europe. We're gonna have only on our side Austro-Hungarian Empire, which is pretty big, and I think they should be able to fight the Russians very well once World War will start. And this is going to happen. We also got some guys that are doing exercises. Unfortunately, experience is capped at 500, and we got the Braunschweig class being done. I'm just gonna move forward with a plane, Zeppelin. We can already have it, so let's have it. And I'm just gonna try to create this Braunschweig class. I'll try to update this, but actually we can. Oh, pre-dreadnought 2 now. Torpedo attack. So we're gonna build that. And we're gonna have Braunschweig class type of them. This one is better because it has torpedo, and this one doesn't have any torpedo, which is you could theoretically decommission it, but I'm not gonna do it. Braunschweig class. I'm gonna create 3 of them. I know I cannot create too many of them just yet, and it says that we can actually place this. I'm not gonna do this as well. I'm just not gonna replace it. I will leave them the way that they are. I'd also like to build more construction. I'd build one more naval dockyard because I think naval dockyards are very good. Let's just build one in Schleswig. Although it takes forever to build this stuff. So. But it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna build them. And the good point is that in May 1900. We also have a little bit more manpower. We're just recruiting some units. We're just gonna need more material, but I think that soon gonna happen, especially the hussars. And we only have 127 divisions. We're just gonna have a little bit more until World War I is gonna start. We're gonna need to have our maximum number of divisions. Austro-Hungarian Empire joins the 8-Nation Alliance. The war escalates. United States of America joins the 8-Nation Alliance. Kingdom of Italy, United Kingdom, Boxer Rebellion invites the German Empire to 8-Nation Alliance. German Empire accepts invitation. What kind of alliance is that? Should I just join the... Because also Hungarians also join us, except for Russia. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna... It's a profitable choice. Better off without... No, it's a profitable choice. I'm just gonna join them. Now we can see the units that they have and so on. I'm not sure how many support the middle class. I'm not sure how many divisions, 122 divisions, but it doesn't say the maximum number of them. And we're having 140 or something. 127. We're going with the German question right now. Alright. Kaiser class NK0 doesn't matter. German Empire joins also the box of their war on foreign delegations. So another war with the Boxers. Is at war with foreign delegation. Now this is another nation. Sure. Where they are. Chinese Empire doesn't seem to be bothered with that. And this is where we have one of our German divisions. Should be the clutch. Volleyball high infantry equipment G. This is a very poor infantry army unit. And once we're gonna have 20, we will be able to change. Chinese Empire justifying against us. Oh yes, they're gonna attack. I think the Chinese Empire is trying to capture this territory back. We also got French Indochina. And the British. We can request garrison support from the British. And let's see what the Chinese are having. They don't have too many divisions. In fact, I could destroy them completely if I'm gonna bring a huge army down here in Qingdao. Because they got, how many do they have? Not even 50. I could bring this dude here, which has very good units, like 16, and the Chinese may have a little bit more. When is gonna be British Raj accepted 30,000? I think we are also with the Americans, right? The Americans are also part of it. They gave us even more, but once this will end, 8-Nation Alliance. I'm not sure what kind of alliance that is, and who's actually the leader of it. We have asked for another who could join war. I think they are the leader. And can I just get out of this faction? That's the question. Leave faction, yeah. The French are actually the leader of this faction, and I could just leave faction or stay still. I'm sure that not many other nations will join this alliance. So now we should have more manpower because we have just... I could also choose a political advisor. Why wasn't I officer map? I wasn't aware of that. So it's occupied territories. We got already a lot of foreign support, which is great. Resistance mob, civilian oversight. If you're gonna go and change it to harsh quotas, it's going to require more garrison, less compliance. Local resources 40%. Local police force. Resistance target, but it's going to increase compliance. Secret police is going to be even better. Let's go with secret police everywhere. I think this should help. And then we're gonna have our war with China, perhaps. But I'd also like to produce perhaps more convoys. So let's just increase the number of factories that we are allocating here. And let's just see if we have any. Actually, we're constructing a lot, but as you can see there, we have this penalty, which doesn't look good at all. So we're gonna have more factories, that's for sure. And this is the adding factory to war era, which means for repair. So I could add like one factory to repair once the war will come start. And we're not making any better fuel, but I cannot actually construct any fuel, synthetic fuel, because I think we're researching it right now as we speak. Passive defense. Marines are being researched, and fuel early oil drilling in 114 days. So yeah, it's going to take forever. And we've got our passive defense being done. Localized training centers, enemy nationality recruit chance, occupied friendly nationality recruit chance, operative recruitment choices +1, local agent recruitment decision. Commando training, commando trade 100%. Let's go on first of all localized training center. I think that's alright. 30 days. Wait. You need to have an agency with 3 different branch upgrades to become, so it's going to take a little bit of time. Now, let's don't waste time and let's choose another leader here. Not for the Air Force, I'm going to choose one of these. Army Logistic Division, Nutrition -8. Naval, Army Recruiting. Recovery, Artillery. Captain Ships, Carriers, Cavalry, Attack and Defense. Crosshair, Commando, Special Forces. Concealment. Fleet Logistics. Wait. Naval Maximum. Infantry, Attack and Defense. Yeah, this one is very important. Oliver Shipman. Because it's going to give us a very important bonus that we actually need. This is that we still can choose another one. Oh, one of these. Alright, this is also cool. Let's see. Production efficiency cap. Stability 5. Stability 15. We got a lot of stability. We don't need stability right now. Improve relations. Quartermaster General. Stability 15. Fortification. Compassionate. Damage to garrison. Ideological Crusader, Party Popularity, Background Stabber, Subversive Activity cost -25, Captain of Industry, Armaments Organizer, Support for Authoritarian, I think production efficiency cap 5% is going to be good, it's going to help. Efficiency retention, growth, and cap, it's 28%, which is good. This will increase our production a little bit. And I think we already have some divisions coming in. So that we have used a lot of infantry equipment, I don't understand how. Or no, I don't think we got new divisions, these were just the old one. And the Chinese, they didn't even bring any troop down here. They're just standing there, doing nothing. Whatever. So anyway, as I said, the most important thing is that we are in the same faction with France and Great Britain and many other nations. Actually, we are the strongest part of the world, because France and Great Britain are just controlling the world. Now, Great Britain itself is in a war here in 1900 with these rebels in South Africa. So things are not looking very good for the British. Join 8-nation alliance. The German question. Call to arms. Yeah, so our alliance now includes all of Europe, including Austria-Hungary. The German question we have here. What is that supposed to mean? German question. Power and more stability. Okay, lesser German solution, greater German solution. But let's go here. Planned economy or free market? Gains free trade. Free economy, which gains customer. I think free economy is going to be better than a planned economy. No free economy. Because they are mutually exclusive. And it's going to get a lot of building slots. It's going to happen everywhere. Fund the University of Berlin. One more research slot. I'm going to go with the planned economy actually. I don't want a free economy right now. It's also going to take forever. Chinese is called the Boxer as our enemy. Chinese-Russian war. Oh yes, there was a Chinese-Russian war indeed. Let's see. And Russia has also joined this alliance. Non-industrialized nations. Request garrison support. They gave us. And China is now at war with the whole alliance. But what about these guys? They are, I think they're gonna also join war and got only one division here. So we should stop exercising. Because we'll need to repair. And we can decipher Chinese code, which is, I guess, in here. Actually, are we at war now? Yes, we are at war with China. And Boxer, which is down here. They are allied with China, same nation. Xenophobic zeal. Yeah, indeed. These are like the Chinese rebellions that rebelled against China. So, hello, Vos Dazuera. How long you play that? Well, I just started like half an hour ago. So, as you can see, this campaign mod is beginning in 1900. And it seemed to be a great mod. I have just started it and I enjoyed it very much. Thank you very much. So as you can see, yeah, this is the Boxer rebellion that fought alongside China. They tried to liberate China from the colonial influences of the European nations such as Germany, Great Britain. What is this here? Russia, I think that's right. But now the problem is that they are at war with everyone else in 1900, so this is a relatively strange scenario. As you can see, the whole world is in the same alliance. It was not something that I planned. Maybe I should have stayed, I should have stayed neutral, but it doesn't matter. Let's see what can we do here. Let's try to assume influence again. War propaganda against Chinese Empire is going to increase war support. Well, we got war support 100, we're gonna need more stability. Against Boxers, no. Recall for Nuke. Becomes a naval commander. Let's just do that. Anti-democratic raids, no. Develop Bauxite, high decision, disable all. Form the military staff. Yeah, let's form the military staff, why not? I want to form it. The foreign delegation joined. What is this foreign delegation? 8-nation alliance. Reichstag approves new German naval laws. Huge naval spending, which grants political power minus 25%, stability minus 15. Okay, it events Reichstag approves new German laws. And now we're gonna get less political power. Reichstag approves German law. It's called Bosnia-Herzegovina. Which is right here is the puppet state of Austria-Hungary. We can request them. Garrison support. Alright, let's see, 182,000. Now our foreign support has risen to 547,000. This is great. So let's see what else can we do. I think we can appoint another minister, and I'm gonna do it right away. Anti-fascist stability 10%, anti-communist social reformer, more stability, daily democracy support. Radar, rocket, nuclear, naval, air base. Stability 15% only. Passionate gentleman, backroom stabber. Captain of industry, refinery, civilian infrastructure. I think that was one was the best. Support for unaligned, salafist, and so on. I think I'm gonna go on with this one. Popular figure, Raik Lawe. This is going to increase stability a lot. Boxer massacre hundreds. This is terrible. Boxer gathered about 20,000 people near Peking and killed hundreds of European citizens, including the German ambassador. This inhumane act has been condemned by the world's leaders, and the 8-nation alliance will be sending more troops to crush the rebellion quickly. Boxer massacre hundreds. They will pay, gains a hostile foreign policy from the Chinese Empire -100. Gain base war support 10%, but we already have this. And I think I'm gonna start sending some troops down here because it's not gonna get any better. Because these guys will also join the war. I'm gonna also go and try to patrol. Whatever. Let's send the best of our guys, right? And I'm gonna also send another fleet. They cannot move. Why the hell they cannot move? They're docked here. I cannot send them. That's such a big problem. How about the others? No one can move here. I hope that our units will get through anyway. And I'm also waiting for the next divisions. As you can see, this division of Hussars had appeared here since that we're gonna need more armored cars and support equipment. Here also more support equipment. We're gonna have our Stoßtruppen, the first 2 of them. We cannot have too many of them, unfortunately. I'm not even sure we're gonna have more than 2 of them. But I guess we'll see about that. Kaiser class. And we don't have any planes, do we? No, we got absolutely no planes in reserve. We can take a look here, got only convoy, just a little bit of equipment. Because we are very early in this campaign. We are in 1900. Vos de Zuera said that he likes this board, but his PC can't hold it. So I think Vos de Zuera, you should give it a try, and you should just reduce the graphic settings and so on to see if it's gonna work. It just, the problem with this mod is that its loading time is huge. I mean, you're gonna have to wait. I also have to wait a lot for this mod to load because there is a lot of content that needs to load on this computer. And this is all. You're just gonna be a little bit patient. You're gonna be able to play it, and once you're gonna get into it and start playing it, you're gonna see that it runs actually very smoothly, just like a normal Hearts of Iron 4 vanilla. Boxer attack Belgians. Oh, this is tragic. But I'm just gonna wait for where are they? Must be somewhere. Oh, they are moving through Austria. Oh my god, they're moving through all of Asia. Together with Russians, which are the only one to fight China. I think I could bring an army right here and fight the Chinese back that are anyway being destroyed. So I could move our troops, for example, here and try to get into the Chinese Empire. Frankly, I'm not even sure if this is going to be necessary, but alright, let's go on. So our troops will just go and help the Russians to move on and conquer this. Okay, and I hope that our guys will also move a little bit. No, not this guy's here with 16 troops. They're just gonna move to Vladivostok, and from there they're gonna move alongside and try to ride. The British have brought a massive fleet down here, and I also would like to send our fleet to patrol against the Chinese. And these guys are moving on. Wow, that's incredible. I didn't expect this. Yeah, they will move down here. That's good. Means they're gonna have another non-aggression pact with Japan. I guess that's good. They want to join enemy against rebels, Chinese Empire, and Boxers. But I did join them, alright? I did join them. Yes, we are with the Boxers and so on, so it means that gonna decline, but actually I have joined the war. And now we're gonna need a lot of fuel. We're not gaining as much as we were supposed to. We cannot build anything just because we have to research that. And the last factories. Anyway, research speed is 13%, so we're gonna have our Marines. Although I thought that these guys will be... No, they are shock troops, they are not Marines. They are just shock troops, whatever that would mean. Now we have the Marines. And time to move on here as well, from Marines to mountain infantry, but not yet. 1904. Yeah, this armor car 1905 is just gonna have to wait. Alright, from 1900 we can move on with armor cruisers, destroyers, and more transport stuff. 9,000 days, up until amphibious assault ship. Yeah, we're just gonna research that as well, of course. But first of all, let's just go with Prince Albert class in 133 days, which is not a big time. It's not gonna last a lot. And we got no aircraft is not invented. Aircraft is not invented because we are in 1900 and Germany didn't invent aircraft yet. Okay, that's awesome. Now a lot of British fleets have arrived here. This is becoming dangerous. So we got here Kathy Barney. It's 5:08 a.m. and what, Katie, what are you doing at 5 and 8 a.m.? You should sleep right now. It's too early. Everyone sleeps at 5 and 8 a.m. Okay, let's go on then. First Zeppelin flight carried out. Was it really so? Because I don't think I have researched this kind of stuff. No, it's being researched in 1901, but historically speaking, it flight on in 1900 in July. It was designed by Ferdinand Graf von Zeppelin, a retired German army officer. Gain more experience. Alright, very cool. And we see here that the AI is preparing an invasion of China, of Boxer rebellion, so to speak. The Russians are being attacked by some Boxer rebellion militia. But this is not gonna work for them. Let's see what our troops are doing. They are still on their way, and these guys too. So very soon we're gonna launch a huge, massive offensive down here, and hopefully we can also gain some experience. Let's upgrade one of these guys. It's gonna cost 15 command power. The same thing here. Attack +1. I think I like this. Let's do it. Because we don't need command power right now, as we speak. Localized training centers. So, what do you guys think I should research on here? Because there's a lot to do. I think I'm gonna go on civilian economy. It's gonna bring a bit of intelligence. And also, decrypting against the Chinese is gonna take, however, an enormous amount of time. But we're gonna go ahead with it. And still cannot become a spy master, why not? It costs 50. Actually, we can become a spy master right now. We got country intelligence 2.7. I'm just gonna need more political power and then I'm gonna become a spy master. I can also take some decisions down here. Let's see, what decisions can we take? Country, formation, no. Local agent. Oh yes, we can recruit already in Europe. Let's do this. Let's recruit in Austro-Hungary first. Develop Palau bauxite maybe later. Open influence map, unite South. No, we don't really have too many decisions after all to take. So the Chinese have lost 194 men. Am I seeing that right? And they got like 40 divisions or so. The Boxers also having another 40 divisions. Right, let's keep an eye on our troops because we are actually engaged in a war here. But our troops are still moving. Taoist monk discovers ancient sacred texts. Taoist monk Wang Yanlu discovers the Dunhuang manuscripts, a cache of ancient texts that are of great historical and religious significance in the Mogao caves in China, where they have been sealed since the early 11th century. Oh, that's good. Okay, let's go on then. Yes, our troops are moving forward. I think we can launch already the attack, but I'm gonna wait a little bit. I see that this guy is just about to launch the offensive, and we're gonna do this. Rebels was annexed, shot, puppeted. They're not gonna move. But why? Because we are at war with China. Give control of state? No, I would like to ask for control of state for Russia. But I don't understand why can't we just attack them? Do we fight a battle here? No, they are only the Russians to attack. I don't understand why they cannot attack. What about these dudes? These dudes are on their way. Because they don't have, now they are attacking because they didn't have supplies. That was the problem. Okay, what can we do now? We can put up another high command, but I'm gonna need another 20 of command power to do this, so I'm just gonna wait. And here we're gonna be done with planned economy, and research is going to be done for improved artillery shells and early oil drilling in 1900. Let's go on then. The Robert Charles riots in New Orleans and Louisiana was part of an African-American laborer. Robert Charles fatally shot a white police officer during an altercation and escaped arrest. So this starts already in 1900. Oh, we got also some Russian troops that are here to defend, although we're not at war with these dudes. They are in a different faction than China, that's why. But what's the name of the faction? Shandong is a mutual defense pact of the Southeastern Provinces faction. So this is called Mutual Defense Pact of Southeastern Provinces, which, that's right, unite all of southern China. And the Chinese Empire has basically collapsed. As you can see, they are a Chinese Empire faction leader of Boxer Rebellion, because they're trying to get rid of the colonies, of course, that is the deal. And there are battles also from the British Raj, because they are being attacked by Franco-British forces. Kingdom of Nepal, I think, is also a puppet state. No, it's not. But the British Raj is a puppet state to Great Britain. We'd ask for control of the state. Did they accept it? Refused. Ah, shit. I thought they were gonna give it. Whatever. Our troops are moving forward as far as I know. King Umberto assassinated in Italy in July 1900. As the King of Italy was shot 4 times by anarchists, Gaetano Bresci soon found dead. His motive is suspected to be that he wished to avenge the people killed in Milan during the suppression of the riots in May 1898. He will be held in custody and tried on a later date. The King's Road is planned for whatever, doesn't matter. I was hoping that this guy will move forward. As you can see, each general can command in this campaign 24 divisions, which is absolutely great, and each marshal 5 armies. This is also wonderful. And we're gonna get some help, early refill, from our allies, Austro-Hungarians, because we're not producing enough rifles, and we're also trying to recruit some men down here. It's very difficult, but we are trying. And also because the production is very low, at only 19%, because we got a large army, large navy, 4 investors regulated, and elite officer training. We're definitely gonna need a better construction speed here, because it's 19th century industrial technology, minus 48%, so this is terrible. But we are just struggling. And the US would like to give us also some Springfield model 1884. My god, this is a very old model. But it's okay as long as they can support us. You can see our troops are taking attrition here. That's the problem. They're just relatively high. 11% total attrition. Perhaps even more. Best supply in the Far East in the 19th century. To fight is very difficult. Absolutely. And okay, these guys are just training. That's good because this will increase the experience level. So, and our troops are moving down here, but as I said, we're not at war with these guys. I could try to invade them. Oh, because we have a huge friendly ships nearby. So this is exactly what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to invade them. I know it's not gonna work likely, but I will try to. This troop doesn't belong to anyone. Should skip beat Kachu with 4,000 men, General Major Bunibal Heil, and some infantry equipment Gewehr 1898, of course, which is still newer than the Americans. And here they come. And this guy, I was hoping this is gonna advance, but it doesn't seem so. It seems that only the Russians are the one to fight. We're not even taking part in this war. We have lost casualties 0, not a single man. The Russians have lost 72, the Chinese have lost 20,000. This is a catastrophe. Okay, I'm just gonna go on with commando training because soon we can already become spy master. And we are the spy master. Now we're gonna have 5 more operatives. And I would also like to recruit some more. Wait a minute. Can we recruit some more? Yes, maybe. We just did. I don't think we're gonna be able to do this very soon. So we have here military stuff. Schlesien through Belgium, command power, gain annex war goal, Kingdom of Belgium, Rupert plan, declares wars on Swiss Confederation, on Russian and French Republic, Schlieffen through Holland, annex against Holland, and Operation Nixe, declare war in the United States, control of New England. Military stuff. But I don't think I want to do this because these guys are all, we have great relationship with them, we are in the same line, so it's not much they can also help us with some garrison. Give control of state and ask for control of state. No, it doesn't seem to be the case. We're in the same alliance, so I'm not going to go with Schlieffen plan or whatever the name is. This is just not going to happen. Alright, let's go on. Kingdom of Netherlands accepted. Now we're gonna have, of course, a lot more stuff down here. Almost 1 million foreign support, and we're having for secret police, which is good because this will increase a little bit the resource that we're gonna have until, at least until the research will be done. Which is, we still have the speed at 13%. This is just great. And let's see if you can, if our troops are advancing here. I think they are moving extremely slowly and they are not really advancing anywhere. They are not attacking anywhere. But I will try to And they are almost done. I'm gonna try to invade. This is the same thing that the Allies are trying. So first Davis Cup held in 1899. Davis Cup was actually conceived by 4 members of Harvard University. Tennis team who were trying to come up with the idea challenging the British to a tennis competition. Alright, very cool. Very cool to know that. Alright, now it's time to launch an attack, because we're not at war with southern China and it's not going to be anymore. So let's see, where are we? There you go. Just gonna start from here and then try to attack them directly to their base. Not sure if it's going to work, but we'll try. We'll also invade them here, but this is going to be enough. And let's go with force attack. No, but officer staff plan is going to increase the attack speed, and it's going 100 days. But we will invade with all of our might. Improvisation expert, makeshift bridges, movement bonus on land. I think I like this, but hey, we got no command power. Peacekeepers arrive in China. What is this supposed to mean? Peacekeepers arrive in China, giving war support, which you already have. I think, is the war over? No, it's not over. Chinese Empire is just about to capitulate, and then we'll see how we're gonna do this. And it seems that the Russians have already invaded near Beijing. They are also gaining territory everywhere. And our troops are also... No, they're not advancing. I don't understand why not. It's just not happening. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait a few days until we will be able to do something. A planned economy. DNC. Add no free economy, which grants production efficiency cap production. Wait a minute, where was this? Here. Yeah, because we're gonna go on this path with planned economy. And then we're gonna move forward. It's gonna give us a little bit more resources, you can see almost everywhere. Building slots, military factories. It's not a big bonus, but it is something. Now, revitalize the army. It's going to give us more army experience. Going to go with offensive, of course. Going to increase division attack, and so on. And then we can also upgrade the navy. But as you can see, we're not going to have any national focus tree for upgrading the air force, simply because there is no air force right now. There is absolutely no air force, so it's not need for that. Anyway, let's just go on with revitalize the army, DNC. Not sure what DNC means. Gonna take 70 days anyway, a lot of time. In August 1900. Increase the airlift. Okay, what can we do here? Can we still recruit guys? No, we cannot recruit them yet. Increased airlift over the hump. Effects were removed. Arunachal Pradesh case 1 basic and British Raj get 1 off that factory. And for 60 days just gonna use some war factories. I'm gonna do that. Assume influence as well, and that's it. And we're still getting enough political power, I would say. This is enough amount of political power that we're gaining. And it doesn't seem that our attack is going to help yet, because as you can see, it seems that the Russians are conquering everything. They're gonna also possibly annex China. And our troops, I'm not sure why they are not attacking. I think they are just lacking a lot of supplies here because of the huge attrition. Yes, we need a lot of infantry further now. In fact, I think it would be better if I was sent it back. This just doesn't help any further to attack like that. And we're definitely gonna need more research slots in this game, absolutely. I could, of course, arrive with some more troops. The Russians seems that might be pushed back here by the Chinese militias, or maybe not. I think they're sending more and more troops. Possibly. Combus is asking if this is the end of a new beginning. I'm not sure what exactly does he mean by that. I also don't know. Look, I'm just playing this game since like an hour or two. I mean this mod, and I'm not sure what is the path of this mod. Right now, it seems that all the world is in the same alliance against China. But you know what I think? I'm just gonna give it a try and see what's gonna happen next after China will surrender. I mean, maybe this alliance will break, and then we gotta be again in the position before World War I, like the two alliances fighting each other, the Axis and the Allies, or Entente. I don't know, we'll see. I just gotta try to get through as much as I can through this mod, because this is also the first time for me that I'm experiencing this mod. So it's all new to me as well. I don't know what's gonna happen next, but I'm just gonna get through it. Let's see, we got commando training, which is perfect, because this will give us a new bonus of our newly recruited agents. Now, let's go on with something like what? Radio detection, group decryption power, passive defense, also gonna be good, anti-partisan, root out resistance, interrogation, naval and air force. I think army department would be more appropriate. And we can recruit a few very nice agents, including from China. But demolition expert commando is the best. Natalie Hamacher we're gonna recruit. And I'm gonna have 2 agents. But we're gonna keep recruiting because we have become the spy master of our alliance, which is perfect. And we're gonna still recruiting 4 more agents. This is just great. Let's see what the Russians will do here. I don't want to intervene yet. I want to launch directly the invasion once the time will allow, because we're gonna have to wait. And these guys are taking so much attrition, they are completely destroyed. I mean, they are so destroyed so that they are not even taking part in any battle. In fact, it seems that they are advancing here at this unimportant tiny province. And now we can have another dude here. How about the land doctrine? Is there a land doctrine here? Oh, I was just hoping that we're not going to have a CPD, because I think we will have a lot of CPDs in this game. Yes, there is a land doctrine, only that I'm going to need something. I don't know what. I'm going to need experience. Oh, this is going to be very difficult, and there is a big, enormous path. Naval doctrine, the same thing, and air doctrine too. But for that, as I said, we're just going to need experience. Because there is a doctrine. It's just that it's going to last a lot until we're going to be able to research this. And I'll have to be patient, because otherwise we're going to have a CTD, and I hate the most the CTDs. I like every possible mod that has a lot of bugs, but I just hate CTDs. So I hope we're not going to have anyone in this campaign. So what can we do? Let's just choose another dude here. Capital ships. This might be good. Carriers, bomber, interception, no. Cavalry, yes, maybe. Air support mission, commando, special forces attack. I think there was good entrenchment, fleet logistics, naval air defense, naval strike, submarines. I think I'm gonna go with commando. Yes, and the next will allocated, of course, going to be a lot of command power. The next is definitely going to have to be some fleet commander, because we got enough. We'd also go with an air force one, of course, because we got enough infantry. Excuse me, enough infantry commanders. All right, let's go on then. So at the beginning everything is going difficult, but research and so on, because it's just it is like that. The Russians, they are having so many divisions, so they're not even having any troops. The Chinese are being surrendered, but let's see what's going on in here, because we're just about to invade. Although yes, the Russians are encircled. I think they're gonna be wiped out by the Chinese here. Same thing might happen here. No, doesn't seem so. But here, yes, I think the Russians will be defeated here. The Chinese are having only militia units, which is not going to make any difference. And we got finally oil drilling. We can drill oil in Germany. So let's do this. Oh, there is another invasion. This cannot be possible. But the Americans are invading with their infantry brigades and Philippine scouts with Frederick Funston, the great American general. Of course they're gonna make it. Not to mention they got the American fleet that's supporting them. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be able to get any of this prize from China. Although we are also taking part in a battle, this general is starting to get a little bit of experience. So now, because we're drilling oil, I want to drill oil. What? We cannot build a synthetic refinery, why not? We need another technology not to do that. Unbelievable, man. Okay, let's go on then. Space program. 1900s, let's begin with early rocketry. No, we're gonna have to wait 6,000 days. That makes it 20 years, at least. Radioactive materials is ahead 10 years, so we cannot start it. I could start it now, it's just gonna take 10 years in 1910. So I'm not gonna do it. 10 years, it is ahead of time. I need to research something else that we're gonna need for goods, such as transport technology. 300 days in 1914, and the rest, no one knows what years they are. Cold War, and so on. Maglev Transrapid, 26,000 days. Well. So the only one that I can do, Army Equitation School, is going to take 1 year, so I'm not going to take it. Motorized 1905, better than drawn carriage, and steam locomotive 2 or railway construction 1. Supply hub construction and railway or steam locomotive 2. I'm going to go on with railway construction 1. I think this is more important than everything. It's going to take 133 days. Armando Ford is also there. Hello, Armando Ford. How are you, man? So, hang on a second. What we got here? Alright. So, yeah, let's go on with the game. I think that we are researching something. I'm just gonna see if we can launch the invasion now. No, the Russians have not been pulled back here. Now the Americans are coming, so we're not gonna have any chance of gaining the territory for ourselves here. I don't think we're gonna get anything from this. Cancel land lease, that's a big problem. I think because they need themselves, and we got a huge amount of equipment shortages. Like, how can we do this better? We got only 19 factory output. That's the problem, although stability is pretty high. 19% is low, but at least the docking, the dockyard output is really good. We're producing a lot of ships. If we're gonna take a look here, yeah, we got plenty, and we also send a fleet here. Did they manage to arrive? Yes, they did. Basically, we can go out now. If you're gonna go out, you're gonna lose a lot of fuel, but I think we can do it anyway. And I gotta go out with this guy here. I'm gonna send him to patrol together with our allies. Why not? And I think the Americans have arrived now. The Chinese will have absolutely no chance with their militias to fight the Americans. As you can see, they are anyway being attacked everywhere. And I think that The Chinese are having even more casualties, like 61,000. They are losing one unit after the other, trying to defend Beijing here, especially these Boxers in October 1900. It's just that the situation seemed to be so uncertain. Alright, let's just go on with the game. There's nothing else to do but to move forward. So we got Army Department upgrade, which is just perfect. So we're gonna have another operative here. What shall we do now? Interrogation techniques, enemy operative, diplomatic training, and psychological warfare. Machine-assisted decryption, radio decryption power, government cyber cryptology level 1. Invisible ink and passive defense. Space department. I think I go with passive defense. That would be good. And got another guy. In another year, we're gonna be able to decrypt the Chinese. Didn't even exist decryption. Decryption didn't exist in 1900. That is the truth. Whatever. Let's just go on. So, shall we take well-groomed? This Chinese one is great. Sandra Müller from Austro-Hungary. Now this Chinese one is just great. Escape artist and tough. Enemy operative intel extraction rate minus 50%. And this is an advantage. And commando. So we're gonna recruit her. Now I could send, of course, one of them in Beijing in order to gain some experience until Beijing will fall. So let's just build a network already. And I could send another one to diplomatic pressure, daily diplomatic pressure, daily war, okay. I control nation to prefer your faction and non-aggression. Player nations with title. Actually, I could send her in Austro-Hungary because I want to increase the relationship with Austro-Hungary, so I could send her here in Vienna. Or control the trade. Control trade is also good, of course. I'm gonna leave only one agent at home. I think that would be a good plan. What is the maximum command power they can have? Current max 135. Allocated minus 80. So we can have more than that. We could upgrade some of our dudes here. Such as this one, Lone Wolf, enemy hit size penalty. Yeah, that's alright. And then smoke screen. Every upgrade that we're making is important now, very early in the game in this campaign. It's just very important. And it seems that the Americans have broken up here. The Chinese have brought even more divisions, but they're not going to be able to do anything. It's just going to be the end of them. And unfortunately, we're losing even more infantry equipment, although I am producing a lot. I mean, production is at 19%. And I think it just increased a little bit. I don't know why. I think it's because I don't know why. But just producing so much, it just is not enough. At least at this stage in the game, very early in the game. Improved artillery shells. So this is gonna bring us a little bit of a bonus here regarding artillery research stuff. So we're researching here Adalbert class ship. Gonna go with air. The Zeppelin is being researched. Engineering in 1900. Early electromechanical engineering. 89 days. Research speed 1% more. I think that's okay with me. So let's go on with it. This is moving fast. And it seems that the Russians are also being able to break the encirclement here, and the Americans will just invade even more. I also want to invade. I'm just gonna need to wait like 26 more days. Right here, we can have another dude. I'm just gonna need to wait a little bit, and we're gonna have 20 command power. There you go. And now we can have another dude. Army reorganizer, artillery, attack and defense, cavalry. I'm gonna go with artillery because we have plenty of artillery. And it seems that it is possible after all. Now countermax is going to be 115 because we have all these dudes, special forces. We got plenty of bonuses, so our division should be actually very well formed and very well trained. And we have revitalized the army. What else can we do now? Support the Boxers. I'm supporting, but we are at war with them. Support the Chinese. Boxer Rebellion comes to an end. What do you guys think I should research first regarding national focus tree, empire focus tree? We got the German solution, we got a planned economy, and we got to revitalize the army. I could revitalize also the navy. The next will also gonna take 70 days, a defensive or an offensive. Yeah, I'm gonna go on with new navy for new century. This is gonna take a lot, and we have also a doctrine available. We're gonna move with baggage trains 1. That's gonna give us some more speed, 2%. Because until now we had 19th century warfare, which gave us a few bonuses for infantry. But now we're gonna have a speed bonus because we're gonna use horses, baggage trains especially. So let's unlock it. And if we're gonna take a look here, we're just gonna have what are these generals? What can I do with them? An army command. To propose them as army command, I guess. Because this dude is really good. Division attack 10%. I'm very happy with that. Now I have a land doctrine, baggage trains 1, naval doctrine, 19th century naval tactics, and no air doctrine. And we have another doctrine available down here. Are these mutually? They are mutually exclusive. Cavalry rear guard or traditional rear guard. Infantry defense, cavalry defense. Infantry soft attack, cavalry formations. Integrated cavalry detachments. Yeah, I gotta go with traditional rear guard, I guess. Infantry defense 2%, so 2% more defense. That is alright. And so we're gonna have this ship class that I'm gonna also recruit. How we're doing with ships? So we got a little bit more submarines, and I think they were still producing them. But of course, gonna need more factories. We're gonna use a lot of construction, and we're doing fine. Our construction is doing fine. I mean, we've got minus 48% construction speed, which is a big mess, but it's looking good. So let's go on with it. Maybe soon we will be able to launch our long-awaited invasion, which is not gonna bring anything because the Americans are also attacking. But as soon as I'm gonna also take part in the invasion, this will be good because this will perhaps give us a bonus on the peace conference. It's gonna be perhaps a scripted peace conference. So yeah, just I thought things will look just the way they looked historically speaking before World War I. We'll see about that. In the meantime, this dude is completely decimated. I think I should return him home in Germany. The lack of infantry equipment is absolutely pathetic. I'm not sure if he's even able... Yeah, he's able to continue moving. And I hope he's also going to take a little bit of experience. Attrition is huge and is very costly. 25% attrition. Of course, the Chinese are also taking attrition. But these were actually the conditions in at the beginning of the 20th century. So it wasn't an easy life, especially fighting very far away from homeland. Now we've got passive defense. Passive defense right there. Okay, so we're gonna go with naval department, I guess. Own operative detection chance offset minus 0.1%. This is also good. Bugging devices. Intelligence gained from perhaps and infantry says 10%. I'd like to go with naval department, and then we gotta move on one of these interrogation techniques. Enemy operative capture chance 100%. Intel extraction chance 20. I think this is also good, but I'm gonna go with naval department. It's gonna increase naval intelligence. Another operative is ready. Risk operative cost and risk. Steal blueprint and capture cipher effectiveness. Romana Klaus is a German. Yes, let's have her. And she's also gonna stay home for now. The fact that we're a spy master is just great, gives us a lot of operatives, and we're gonna have even more. I just like to recruit more. Can we do that? No, not yet. We could create another section, but for that, I'm just gonna need more for power. So let's get back and focus on here. Oh man, so many nations are invading here. Where I wanted to invade, that's why it's just not gonna work. It's going to be too late, but at least the one sacrifice with a lot of manpower will be this dude. He must have lost some manpower. There are no casualties. Divisions, factory 129, Russia 160, United States 43, French 120, Italy 52, and Austro-Hungarian 64. So a total of 714 divisions against 57 to 74 divisions. Casualties by the Chinese 103,000. It's also not that much, I would say. Right, so okay, so we got this ship being researched. Let's see, can we invade now? No, 87 days. It's gonna take some time. But let's see. Our troops are keep moving forward. Now they're not attacking. I think our lack of infantry equipment is just absolutely terrible. Right, so we have researched this type of ship. Now we're gonna go on with Protected Cruiser 2, but not yet. I'm gonna do this later. And we're at industry area. Early machine tools. 133 days gonna take anyway. I think what we're gonna need now, 95 days. Trench digging techniques along trench warfare. Well, this is also important, isn't it? But early construction is also very important to increase the goddamn construction speed in order to construct actually construct faster. But I'm still gonna go with trench because trench and liquid ring pump. I think might allow us to build those oil rings. Jenny Coupler. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with trench digging techniques in 1900 because it's gonna take 95 days, 3 months until end of January the next, like 1901, because I really want to build some trenches as well in order to defend, for example, against France. We're definitely gonna go to war against Russia as well, and against these dudes too. Now, of course, we are in the same alliance right now, so there is no problem at all right now, but later we might need these trenches. Okay, let's go on then. But I forgot to do something. Yes, now we cannot have any new units. Let's recruit a new type of ship. I think the newest, they are the same. Yeah, they are actually the same. Prince Adalbert and Scharnhorst class. Armor Cruiser 2, both. But Prince Adalbert class I think is better. Let's see if we can make an upgrade of that. Yes, we can make it stronger. Heavy cruiser battery, we can really make some upgrades. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to upgrade this modules. Another torpedo launcher. Cruiser engine 1 and fire control. So we're gonna save it. And as you can see now, this is going to be a big difference. We're gonna also have torpedo attacks, so we're gonna create them. Armored cruiser, let's just create 5 of them. It is just a great and nice project. And I would like to create, in order to have a big fleet, because we're definitely gonna need a big fleet. Make no mistake, when World War I is gonna start, we're gonna need a huge big fleet. Naval dockyards. Let's just create another one down here. 2 naval dockyards. It takes anyway a lot, and I would also like another factory like that. Niederschlesien. And we got 2 ships that are outdated, but who cares? Who cares about that? And the war with China is just about to be over. As you can see, the Chinese will just abandon their campaign. Invasion of boxers is taking place. In another 5 days, and we're going to launch our own invasion here. We're just going to help our American foes and Chinese foes and so on. To launch the invasion. 5 more days. Let's go on with it. You can go on. Let's see if we can... No, we cannot upgrade anything else. Soon our troops will be here. I don't know, are they? Yes, they are. Now let's establish an offensive line. And let's start it all over. Stuff plan, and you can already attack. So let's try to move forward everywhere. Now, that way, this general will also gonna take a little bit of experience. 1% skill. This one should have more. 0%. However, this one is skill 6 and is already increasing. And there are already troops that are taking part in a battle. They are attacking a militia unit. As you can see, attack is absolutely pathetic because low supply in his night, and we don't have any other intel advantages or something like that. Air command, I'm just gonna wait until we're gonna have 20 command power in order to use that. War bonds, we can create another section. North American, South American, Middle Eastern, Asian section I think would be good for 90 days. But this is important to recruit even better spies. I'm pretty sure that this is important. And in 2 days we're gonna have them. What are our spies actually doing? What are their jobs right now? Improving relations, they are building up here something, and because I thought that I was sending another one. Whatever. It's okay. And here is our general that is having initiative. Although attack is absolutely pathetic because of the naval penalty. We're just gonna have to research more if we really want to do something. Naval department has been researched. Now, what can we do here? Interrogation techniques I think is very important, and we already have it. Well-groomed. Rescue operative cost. Siegfried Salzer is a German. Let's have him. Blockade. Assume influence over Hebel. I think we can do that as well. Industrial land appropriation. Open the influence map. Germany wants to open a concession in Hebel, but I don't think the Chinese will accept because we are actually at war with them, so I think they're not going to accept it. Yet another attack down here, shore bombardment, and we also have intel advantage. Skill is huge and is increasing. One cannot say the same to this man that is not even fighting any battle. Now our losses in arms is going to be even bigger, unfortunately. And our troops, I was hoping that they're gonna move forward. Now there is a Chinese general fighting there against China. There is a huge invasion of China by the Allied forces, but the only one that is winning is this general, which is actually the best general we have. Von Lethal Forbeck. Birth of quantum physics. Max Planck announces the discovery. Stability 5% and gain events birth of quantum physics. Max Planck was a German or what? Max Planck, I think he was a German. Yeah, it is at least a German name. And I think that's why I also get the bonus for that. And our invasion continues, but it doesn't seem that we're making any advancement. The Russians are also having some problem. This is the only division that is having some attack bonus. And now he's just being shocked by these militia divisions. The tactic has been repelled. Oh, they have reached the capital. Yeah, I think that it's gonna be all over soon. As you can see, Chinese and Boxers will just be wiped out, and then we're gonna be able to send our troops back home. As control of state, I don't think they're gonna give it, but I'm just gonna ask them. They refused. What a shameful decision. Now they refused. Oh, bloody hell. I was just hoping that we're gonna gain a little bit, or 1% from this war. Didn't even take any. No, this is the United States because they were forced to attack. Excuse me. In December 1900. So as you can see, we have our first year played in this campaign, in this game. And this is just absolutely insane. We're just struggling so much with the research because we are at the beginning of the century. Everything is so slowly. Now this is also Russian territory here. And this is Americans with fighting basically for the Americans, alongside Americans. The Americans are also having such a poor attack. Look at this. Attack only 2 base value. Of course, it is going to increase. I'm pretty sure about that. At one point, it's going to increase. We got an Air Force command for the future Air Force that we're gonna have. The German Luftwaffe that we're gonna have. What can we do here? Air safety. Bad weather penalty. I think this is good. Air mission superiority. Air superiority 10%. Well, this is even better. Naval bombing. Naval bombing is also good, but I think air superiority is actually the most important. They have all the same phase. They could at least just choose some different phases. Air experience gain as well. That's good. And we're in January 1901. Still struggling to attack them. Now this guy are having a little bit of better attack, although they are going now. Against this Chinese divisions, just great. And there are also only German troops attacking here. The Russians are attacking there. Maybe we're gonna take this tiny province, who knows. Now I've got interrogation techniques down here. Air Force Department. I'm not gonna create this right now. I'm gonna go on with passive defense. Decryption power. Government cipher script cryptology level +1. Suicide pills. Death chance of survival and capture +10%. Our operative. Own operative detection chance set -0.005. Invisible ink. Steel blueprint risks. Intelligence gain compass. Yeah, this is also good. Own operative detection chance offset -0.1. Control trade mission effect for depression effect. Yeah, I'm gonna go on with this one. And we got another operative that has been recruited. Linguist. Wildbrand Dangler. Increased chance to acquire target nationality and completion. Alright. I'm just gonna need to put another spy at work because boost ideology. Let's send him in Italy, for example. We're gonna have Italy on our side. but you cannot do it. So the target boost ideology. Why not? Where can we boost ideology? Nowhere. What about propaganda? Daily stability drift and daily war support drift. Destabilize. Alright, I could do that, but root out resistance, control trade, and diplomatic pressure. Influence to prefer your faction and non-aggression. Well, I think that would be good. Let's just do this in Rome, for example. That is one. And who else shall we influence then? Russia, maybe, or Kingdom of Denmark, or Kingdom of Sweden and Norway. Propaganda will destabilize them. Boost ideology. Is it that I cannot do that right now? I don't know why, but it just doesn't seem that happens. Diplomatic pressure. To prefer. But this one is also cool. So, but I have it already. Although I could have 2 agents to do that. And I'm gonna send another one to France, maybe. Boost ideology is not working. Propaganda is going to drift stability. No, this is also not possible, unfortunately. It control trade. Hang on a second, what are we doing again here? We are controlling trade, but we could diplomatic pressure to prefer your faction and non-aggression facts. I think I can do this in Vienna as well. And now we're gonna have a very good use of our spies. We could also recruit. Yes, we can recruit. A Swiss would be good, and I think we're also having an Asian one. No, doesn't seem to be. We didn't create yet. We created only in Europe. Well, who cares? Whatever. Let's go on. Let's see. So we got, of course, more of this. We got no planes. There are no planes, but there will be. And okay, so China is being completely broken apart. You know, I was just thinking for a moment to play with China, but with this history and with this fall of events, wasn't a good idea. Would not be a good idea. Now, unfortunately, our infantry equipment loss is incredibly high. A new navy for a new century. Yes, we have a new navy, but everything is going to take another 70 years, so I'm not gonna bother to do that right now. I'm gonna go with lesser German question, so it's gonna take 70 days. So I understand now. This is a stable focus tree, but everything is going to take forever. That's why. Whatever. Now we have here the boxers, military advisors to king, Chinese experience, support Chinese foreign policy. Now we have this path. I'm just gonna go on with this path, and then we're gonna go with European affairs. Support the Central Powers or the Entente. So of course I'm gonna support the Central Powers. Doesn't even seem to appear here. Gain support our country, opinion of German Reich, because there are no powers right now. No Central Powers. Right, let's just go with this because it's just gonna take very little. And here, improved signals. Now we're gonna have our first bonus regarding our ships. That will mean fleet coordination 10%, sporting speed 10%. Now regarding air, this is going to take, of course, a lot. And did our invasion actually manage to get through? Yes, our troops are advancing alongside Americans, and it seems that they are also attacking us. Nebraska. Nebraska what? Nebraska National Guard. Oh, the Americans are having the National Guard. And I'm not quite sure we're gonna be able to move down through here. 5% more experience for this leader. What about for this one? Skill still 0 because actually he's not even fighting. That is the problem. If he's not gonna fight, then nothing is gonna happen. Alright, so now let's see what we get here. Early electronical mechanical engineer. Research finished, research plus 1%. That's good, we're moving forward here. It was right down there. Now we can move down with late telegraph. Just gonna increase research speed with 1%, so not gonna be a big deal. This one is 1915, dangerous chemical material research. Gonna be, yeah, this has to do with weaponizing chemicals, of course. Right, let's move forward. So here we're researching trench. Here we have the space program, and so on, transport. So we're researching something. I'm gonna go back to infantry. In 1902, as you can see, we can research this type of carabiner. Desert Infantry 1 enables Desert Infantry, unlocks a free division template. Jaeger 1, Jungle Specialist, and Shock Troops. These are very cool units. But honestly, I'd prefer, even if it's gonna take a lot of time, Desert Infantry 176 to go on with Support Innovations 1 or to Carabiner 98A. I'm gonna go on with this research. We still got a few more ships to research here, including some torpedo boats, and then we will be done. Texas Gusher. We are in 10th of January 1901. Captain Anthony Lucas brought in the Gusher that ignited the Texas oil boom. Lucas, a Croatian immigrant who had vast experience in drilling for salt in Louisiana, was brought to Spindle Top Hill area by Martillo Higgins in 1899 to create a new drilling company. And I guess that worked, and the guy got rich. National focus completed. Military advisors to King. Yeah, it was only 7 days. I'm gonna arm the boxers. 5 wheels of infantry equipment. All ones go first. We don't even have that. But once we're gonna get through it, we're gonna have like minus 9,500 military equipment. And it seems that our allies, I think, are also having a lot of losses down here. They're not doing any better. And I think we're gonna send this guy back home before it's gonna lose those divisions for good. Now I don't want that to happen. But at least we're gaining more experience now. Support Chinese foreign policy gains. I should actually go condemn the Boxers. Boxer rebellions come to an end. Yeah, I gotta support them, although we are at war with them. This is just not right. But it is what it is. And we can prepare here, but I don't think I have any free... No, I don't have any free agents right now. No effort being recruited. I cannot do anything. Gonna have to wait. Queen Victoria dies. The end of the Victorian era in January 1901. It is what actually happened, I guess, historically speaking. Unfortunately, Queen Victoria has died. Such a tragedy. And our troops, they are still struggling to invade down here because the tax is good as 0. In the meantime, Beijing is being encircled by our units as well. At least our general is taking a little bit of experience. I guess this should be seen as a positive thing. And we are supporting the Chinese foreign policy, but then after the end of it, we're gonna go on with Boxer Rebellion comes to an end. Stay neutral. If we're gonna stay neutral, so we can create faction. This will be a very interesting path to go through. Here, we're just gonna go on the path of World War I, and we can declare war. Excuse me. But I gotta wait until I'm gonna go on with that. First of all, I want to empower the Kaiser first of all. It's gonna give us more stability. Indecisive Kaiser, more popularity for authoritarianism, which they have actually. I mean, House of Hohenzollern is having like 69% popularity, so this is actually good. And the Zeppelin is there. I think we're gonna be able to construct the Zeppelin. The Zeppelin is the first step, or almost the first step. As you can see, we're gonna go on in fuselage, and we're gonna have our first aircraft in the early 1900s. Kind of us improvements. But having the Zeppelin, I'm just gonna move on to engineering area. Here we're gonna have the periscope. It's gonna give us 1% research speed, and it's going to take 198 days, but it's a little bit of ahead of time, but I'm going to go on with it. This will enable us to recruit also submarines, and will give us a little bit more research speed bonus, which is so important. And as you can see, our first airplane will be the Zeppelin. We're going to have it there, and I'm going to produce it. Just a little bit, but it's just better than nothing. It's going to be 3 Zeppelins per year, and I think that's actually okay. So let's go on and let's go to February. Let's jump into February, and we're still struggling to invade here, so our troops are just pathetic. It's just not going good. Queen Victoria's funeral held, whatever, diplomatic training. That is good. We're not recruiting new agents yet just now. Air Force Department, later. Passive defense, maybe. Radio interception gives decryption power. I think this one would be important. Let's go on with the radio interception. Oops. Oh, hang on a second. Let's take it easy. The Hay-Panzer Treaty is signed. The Hay-Panzer Treaty is signed by the United Kingdom and United States, ceding control of Panama Canal to the US, marking a new controller of the strategic canal vital for trade and navy to traverse to the Pacific. Cool. And we got railway construction. How do we do the construction then? Yeah, we're still struggling to build some infrastructure. Not doing good at all. I think we're gonna definitely need more factories. More civilian factories in Germany. Let's build one here. Another one here. So 3 more civilian factories. Because otherwise, without the civilian factories, we're not gonna be able to do anything. We're already struggling to create the Asian section. Industrial land appropriation is going to bring 1 more building slot, but we're not going to need this right now. War bonds. Is also good. It's going to give us more factories, but I think it's not necessary to do that. Let's just wait some more time. Anyway, railway construction is there. In case we're gonna need to build railways, we're gonna have it. Railway construction 1, construction speed. Alright, then let's go on. So we're done with construction, we're back here. I could move on with mountain infantry, but I'm not gonna do it. And support equipment, this is going to be 1904, so as you can see it's a bit ahead of time. I'm not going to be able to do it now. I'm going to move on. Now this armored car is going to take a year, so I'm not going to do it now. Artillery. Now regarding artillery, we can go on with balloon tethering. Ground balloon tethering is going to increase soft attack and so much else. We're going to have improved heavy engine and heavy artillery upgrade. Everything is going to be necessary, including this type of very old artillery type, like Napoleonic era artillery. But I gotta go on with this type of balloon gathering, which will move towards observation balloon. So everything is good. 131 days, let's go on with. Then we're gonna also have the trench digging techniques that will enable us to build some trenches that I hope is not going to take too much time. Now let's get back to our troops in the 10th of February. So this dude is still not taking any experience, but this one is taking a lot of experience. So he's gonna be at level, because he's actively fighting. So soon he's gonna be at level 7, skill level 7. Why are our troops not attacking here? Just attack directly. Let's see. So we should just completely. Oh no, man! We have no power to attack and destroy him. That's why no one is attacking here. I think we're gonna lose our divisions. But in the meantime, it seems that here our troops are also taking part in attack, and that's why our general is taking a lot of experience as well. This is really good. So let's see, trench digging techniques. Now we can build trenches or so on. I'm gonna go on with early construction very soon. In fact, I should go on right now, because increasing construction speed is just a huge priority. We're just constructing so slowly. Edward the 7th opens Parliament for the first time, and it seems that the British have managed to liberate Republic of South Africa. Let's see what exactly. Our attack is also increasing a little bit, so this is really good. Let's actually see what's going on in South Africa. Let's request this. South African Republic is actually a part of the British Empire. Now the British are controlling all of the South African area. And we also have this under control because we are in 1901. And in 1901, things were just good. Things were stable in a war. There are, of course, a few wars, from the Balkan Wars and this Chinese Box Wars or whatever. But the things were actually looking alright. Now let's see if we're gonna take this after all. Yeah, they have helped us with 38,000. So I think that now we're gonna have, on 16th of February 1901, I think we're just gonna have like more support from our allies, like almost 1 million support for our garrison, although we're using secret police, which is increasing the compliance. I mean, it's decreasing the compliance. Let's see if we can send some unit to infiltrate. No, we're just gonna need more spies for that, and we got only 1 spy to send. Once we're gonna recruit more spies, then we'll do that. Radio interception, although we got no radio technology, this is strange as well. So very soon Beijing is going to fall. And it did fall, and the war will be over. Because if it's not going to be over, we're just going to lose even more infantry equipment, and we're going to start losing divisions here. These guys are on the verge of collapse, but we did manage to take this, and I'm very happy because of that. We also managed to take Berlin, and we're still conquering here. This is the French Republic, US, so we're conquering for Russia, France, and the US. That's not good at all. And we got another battle down here. Battle of Taku Forts. Naval forces of the 8-Nation Alliance captured the Taku Forts on the High River estuary of China. 8-Nation Alliance. Although there are many other nations here being allied. Let's see if the French, no, they have refused. Full speed ahead, DNC. whatever. I don't know what DNC is. Create the Indian section. We're not gonna create any section right now. Historic what? Historic nations. War bonds. Industrial land appropriation. Greater Germany, fine. European Union, Frankish Empire, Holy Roman Empire, the United Nations. Oh, I could actually have a pot in order to do this. High decisions. Euro-Asian Union. Yeah, we can create it, but Kingdom of Germany. Germanic Union. We're not controlling all this, of course, so we cannot do this. And we can already start World War I. If I'm gonna go through this, through Belgium and Netherlands, we can theoretically start World War I, but they're also in the same alliance as we are. Has control of state. Give control of state. Yeah, the relationship with them is just very good. So let's see the last days of China. British Raj is also kind of a big part of it, and we're also moving forward. As you can see, our troops will simply advance. Boxer Rebellion leaders executed. Okay, but we are still at war with China, right? Auto saving. Now we are in March. British soldiers take Pretoria. I think that happened before. Radio interception good. That's good. Visible ink. Frequency analysis. Bugging devices. Tensions against 1%. Says 10%. That's also important. Passive defense is also good, so I think we're going to go on with it as well. And anti-partisan too. But first, that. Okay. This guy is done. I'm gonna send him home. He has nothing to do here. We're just gonna have to replenish. What can we send them? Let's just send him in this area to guard this area, including Danzig and this area as well. No, not Poznan. Yeah, there you go. So he's gonna move down home. I hope he's gonna be able to bring the divisions back home in one piece after he has lost so much to attrition. And we've got a bigger fleet pouring up here. This is really good. Just gonna wait for them to see what they're gonna do, and then I'm gonna have to worry for this guy. Although he didn't take as much as the other army took in Asia, and he's got a little bit of experience, which is just great. Yeah, so we are just moving forward a lot. I think I'm gonna bring him back home as well, because we haven't taken any territory down here. And we still got the unit and someone patrolling. Do we even have enough fuel left? No, we're getting consuming more. So we can do a lot of stuff, but I would like to go with at war. We are at war. We're just gonna need more stuff. High standards and to elite standards does not have medium army spending. We got the elite officer training. Maximum age. Extensive conscription. Training is going to increase, but we're gonna recruit more stuff. It's not really what I want. We can add a political advisor. It's gonna cost only 55, so I could have done this later. Anti-fascist, more stability would of course be good. War industrialist. Democracy, quartermaster general. Rocket Raider naval base and air base. I think this one would be good. Ideological Crusader. Captain of Industry, Civilian and Infrastructure. Railway, refinery, background stubber, servicing activity cost -25. No, I think the best would be this one, Quartermaster General. Dockyard, military factory, fuel silo. And this one is also good. Because we're gonna need a lot of fuel silo, dockyard, and military factories. That is the truth. Someone's attacking us here. I think we're gonna move forward and... yeah, our troops are attacking anyway. Showing you on Vincent van Gogh's paintings in March to the 1901. Are shown in Paris. Yeah, who cares? I think Paris got some bonuses out of that. And I also have to think very good, if you guys have any decisions, how can I change the laws to our advantage? Just write it down in the chat. What do you think I should invest next regarding government policy, economic policy, national budget, and everything else? Frankly, I don't even know if I can. Education, I can change anything else, yeah? Increasing education is going to increase market population and political power gain, but it's going to give us bonuses regarding planning and maximum speed. Minimum age, I could go down. If I'm going to go down, I'm going to have more recruitable population. 4%. And go on to 70, so we could also send 12-year-old kids to war. This is insane, but it's just apparently it is possible. We also got military stuff down here, the cabinet of ministers. We go on research and production too. There's a few designers. Now the US would also like to support us in this. Thank you very much, US. The Chinese have lost 300,000 men. We have lost, they said, 0. Russia has lost 1,000. Wilhelm to escape assassination. A disaster averted. Gain stability -10%. It's already a disaster. This is a historical event, so one can change that. Now troops are moving forward. We're just going to encircle this unit. Now, someone is trying to fight them. The Dominion of India won the mission. Trying to fight them. And we can make another change down here. Now we're going to go with fixed battle lines 1. It's going to give us more defense. And we've got plenty of stuff. Guerrilla fighter. Another guerrilla fighter. And yet another guerrilla fighter. All of them can have this. It gives them entrenchment speed. And another guerrilla fighter, but we don't have any more command powers. The Russians have encircled 3 Chinese divisions, so now they're gonna get a lot of stuff after that. What is our guys? So they are still moving on. What exactly are they moving? I hope we're not gonna lose any divisions there. We're gonna have to replenish them, and we're gonna have to do this very fast. Okay, this dude is attacking again with this infantry division. 4 divisions. I'm not quite sure, frankly, who's gonna get there first. I think the Russians will get there first because they're already attacking. It seems that our troops will move forward. Let's just watch this battle. In fact, I also think that they got 4 divisions that we're gonna win this battle here. I'm just gonna watch this in April 1901. Passive defense. That's good. What else can we do? Anti-partisan. Root out resistance mission effect 25%. Cryptology level +1. I guess this is important. Government cipher school. A better cryptology level to have. It's just important. and soon we're gonna wipe them out here. So we have empowered the Kaiser. Now this should give us more stability. And this is the path that we choose. The rightful rule, the noble birthright. Gains Kaiser stability 5% for 10 years. Change of ability for authoritarianism. Authoritarianism. The rightful to rule. Change of ability for authoritarian and gain base war score 10%, although we got 100% here. But actually I can go with both. Unite behind House of Hohenzollern, but this is just going to take until we're gonna enable it. And you see that the war here is not over yet. I'm just gonna go with Boxer Rebellion ending. Now I'm gonna go back to the German question. So I gotta go with our Austrian ally. I really want to go loose union, invite the Austro-Hungarian Empire, German Empire, Deutsche Bund, Erzunion, Holy Roman Empire, Prussian roots, Greater Prussia decision, African expansion, Southern expansion, Greater German solution. It's gonna give us, it can only be one. Proposes royal wedding, annex on Austro-Hungarian, Holy Roman Empire. Because I would like to have, honestly, the Austro-Hungarians and the allies. What do you guys think about this path? Write it down below in the chat. Shall we go to lesser German solution or to greater German solution? And what should be the future paths? Prussian roots, German Empire, or what exactly do you think should be the path? Because this is very interesting to choose. Now, as I said, I'm not going to go through war, I'm going to go through lesser German solution in 70 days. So let's go on with it and let's just watch this battle even further. So as I said, write your opinion about this campaign, about the future development of this campaign in the chat. So here, as you can see, they're not going to make it. I think that we're going to be the one to take this province. I think. This dude is moving back home. There are still a few divisions on the way. Soon we're gonna start replenishing. And we already start having some planes, one Zeppelin in the back in reserve. We could add this Zeppelin 1901. I think it has the possibility to. We could deploy our one Zeppelin right here. It's not even gonna be destroyed, but I don't think it's gonna be necessary to do that. Let's see, we got doctrines here. So it's gonna be mutually exclusive, I think. Either attack groups or large fleets. I'm gonna go with attack groups because I think it's better. I don't care how much it's gonna take or what it's gonna be. I just want to go with it. And we started to have some armored cars, some motorized train equipment, and some convoys. So we got submarine attack bonus now. That is at least a very good thing. And regarding research, it's gonna have to wait like 63 days to have all this being researched. But I'm gonna wait. Got playing in April 1901, and let's see how we're gonna wipe out these Chinese troops. And it's over, and we're gonna be able to take some territory right there. Of course, when you're gonna go with war with, it would be good to take out Boxers, but I'm not even sure if we're gonna be able to do so. Because basically we fought this. This is annexation, right? They take state, yes. I can try to take state here and open up a new front line. You could submit demands. Yeah, it says that we're gonna take all this. And what we're gonna do is give us a big advantage. Of course, it was also increased it's also going to increase the front line that we're gonna have. So that we can submit demands. Doesn't say how much. Of course, the United States and the others will also have their right to this. We can still submit these demands. 33, because we also took part in a battle, and like in a lot of battles. Is this annexation? Yes. We can also change government, liberate, or puppet. But I would like to take state. I don't want to do any liberation or so on. 42. It seems that we can take like all of China. This is not right, I know. But if we can, then why not? Because we fought a lot in this. We put, a lot of effort into this. 59. Okay, I think I have chosen enough. I mean, I don't want and I cannot take all of China. Just gonna submit it. Yeah, here it says that I'm gonna take all of China, but this is not gonna happen. Let's just try it. What? It actually passed. Except for Beijing right here, the smallest. We took Boxer, we took actually German Empire, we took all of China, or at least almost all of it. And we're also gonna get more manpower and more stuff possibly. More equipment as well. Minus 105,000. Why? Because we got a lot of divisions now. How many divisions do we have? 129. We don't have more, we don't have a lot of divisions. And we are in the same alliance with the other nations. Yeah, I managed to annex this. Now I'm gonna keep, of course, this army down here. After we have annexed them. And this is 8-nation alliance. This is a foreign delegation, which is now having Legion Quarter. They're just independent over there. No enemy ciphers being decrypted. Doesn't matter. Yeah, but I guess this is what happened. Right, so this is what happened. There is southern China, and then there is us. Right, these guys will just move over there, and we've got these guys that are moving back home from Russia. But we are in the same alliance with Russia and the others. So this doesn't seem to be right, but I don't know what else could I have done. I mean, I could have done something else. Of course, now we're talking about the biggest alliance in the world with Russia. I think Japan is also part of it. German Empire, no, Korea, Southern China, and Japan is not part of it. But the United States is, Mexican states, and South America is also not part of it. But we are part of it. We also cannot form another alliance with these guys because we are in the same alliance, and no one can destroy this alliance except for France. So if France wants, excuse me, if France wants, can actually dissolve its alliance. supported by the US. US is supporting a lot. Oh, they gave 1.79 million. I think we're gonna get out of this alliance. It's just that it's gonna take some time. I'm gonna try to become, of course, a big power. So let's see how many do we have. 2.91 million foreign support, garrison support. This is just one of. We've got secret police, which means required garrison minus 30%. We could of course change this. We could also change the template. We got the manpower, but we don't have the equipment. Not to keep the garrison, as you can see, we're gonna need a lot of infantry equipment down here. We need to produce simply more infantry. And we are producing already. We already have more factories at least. Just a little bit more tiny factories. We have to repair a lot of them. Everything is going to take a while, but I think they were doing just fine now. We also have the help of them. We have annexed all of China. The other nations just didn't complain about that. Building sabotaged. Not enough manpower to fulfill our garrison. We're gonna need more infantry equipment, but we will have it. And we got the resistance to occupation. Now we could send some dudes, such as this one, to root out resistance. But we're gonna see the resistance is gonna be bigger. We should just do it there. There you go. Let's send him right there, toward resistance. And if I would have like more spies, then it would have been much better, so to speak. We're not to see for any enemy, but we also don't need that. Okay, now we can change something here, possibly. Now we're gonna need 150, I think. 150 political power to change something. Current max 95. Now we can send our ship back home. That way we're not gonna consume too much, but daily gain 134. The Great Fire of 1901. And this, now we got China, but this alliance still keeps thriving. Keeps thriving. So, the Great Fire of 1901. The Great Fire today begins in Jacksonville, Florida. With the conflagration document in Jacksonville on May, it was the worst disaster in Florida history and the third largest urban fire in the US. Government cyber school is done. So what can we do next? Yeah, I think this guise is good. Let's just go on with it. You could create, of course, another. But I'm gonna get like 150, and then it says accept, so another 1.8 million. Now we have 4.62, but what we're gonna need will be more infantry equipment, and we're producing a lot right now. One is 113, so it says that we're gonna need even more. This should root out resistance, actually. Resistance is indeed huge, but it should be rooted, especially in this area, which could lead, for example, to a rebellion. But in case this will happen, we're just going to send our troops and build that resistance. Not to mention that we have our allies that will help us. Now, of course, I could choose to lead the faction, but if I'm going to choose that, lead 8-nation alliance, if you're going to choose that, as you can see, Spain is also part of it. Except Portugal, Switzerland, the Balkans, and the Ottoman Empire, which is now independent. Also, Hungarian Empire is also, a faction in it. I think that they will also another 13,000 from Spain. We are in May 1901 and this game is moving forward, and I just want to increase the laws for... And 8-nation alliance has been disbanded. Like I told you, this is going to happen. The Central Powers are going to create a faction. Austro-Hungarian Empire joins the Central Powers, and we shall set our differences aside for now. They have accepted the invitation. I was certain that this will disappear. And the Central Alliance is also Bosnia-Herzegovina and these guys. And I think that the Ottoman Empire will also join. But what we got out of this, we got China. And this is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. We can also recruit more divisions now, 205. But of course, we're still gonna need a lot of infantry equipment. This amount is just increasing. And we still got 0 foreign support, but we could ask, for example, the Austro-Hungarians for garrison support now. They gave us a lot of money. Russian Empire. Join Entente. Now we're gonna have enemies on all fronts. We can already start a cipher in Paris as well as in Moscow. In Moscow we cannot, and we can become the Spy Master 2. That will give us also more spies. And things are changing quickly. We are in May 1901. What we got after all this enormous endeavor is that we managed to annex China, which should give us, of course, some bonuses as well. Now here, we're just gonna have to guard our border with Great Britain in this area and with Russia, which is a huge border. For that we're gonna need a lot of divisions. We're gonna need up to 305 divisions, and we're also gonna need the support of Austro-Hungarians. I'm gonna try to persuade the Italians. Going through World War I is going to be very difficult. I'm not sure we're gonna make it. All these nations will be part of it. I could, of course, abandon China, but once we're going to abandon China, the Russians will win. And of course, I don't want that to happen. It's going to be very difficult. Also, the British Raj could take all of China right here. On the other side, on the other hand, I could just release China as a puppet state, and I'm going to do this. Here. This is puppet, retain stays without core, play us, release as a puppet, because I cannot defend this. Let's release the nation. German China, and talking about German China, they're also supporting us, and they might, of course, win independence, because it's just easier, you know. They're also gonna have, like, they got no manpower, but they will take manpower. They're gonna start putting up divisions. Now we can send these guys home, and we're not gonna need that much infantry equipment. We can send this guy home. I'm gonna send him right away home. He doesn't have anything to do right there. And together with China, maybe we're gonna be to defend. Send them here in Saarbrücken. Good. And as I said, so let's see. Now we got some support here. We can manage subjects. We can decrease or change to colony, integrated puppet. Occupied territories. We're gonna have some support. This is great. And China, or German China, is a big puppet state. I really hope that we're gonna do better. No national focus set. Until World War I, it's gonna take a lot of time. 1914 to say the least. Of course, Entente is also forming up, and it's a big alliance. Russia is already part of it. But in Russia there will be the civil war, and we shouldn't be worried too much about the Russians. Important is to conquer them with it. We're also gonna have Ottoman Empire, and by having China on our side, I hope we're gonna have it. It's going to be just great. Now they got no divisions now, but I think they will start recruiting divisions. First of all, now we're gonna have to produce more infantry equipment, and we have updated our agency as well. Let's go with the anti-partisan maybe. Yeah, anti-partisan is good. We're still recruiting another one more agent. We are on our way to recruit this. Military parade in the Chinese Empire. German-China games. Mobilization speed, daily support for unaligned. Let's do this. Create, recruit. And in Europe, not possible. Let's do this as well. Okay, let's go on there. So we move back home. Let's see if these guys managed to replenish a little bit. They are just on their way to replenish. And I just hope they're gonna have more support equipment, better amount of infantry equipment. We're still trying to recruit these units, just takes forever. Now we got also our Marines. I'd like to trade our first unit of Marines. Just one more unit. And now we got lesser German solution. Our Austrian ally, but we are actually on the side of Austria. And we also move down here. Boxer Rebellion comes to an end. Okay, in 7 days. I think I'm gonna go on with this. And also got these balloons here that is giving us a little bit of a bonus. Now, just gonna move on with a new type of ship in 1900 with protected cruiser 2. 132 days it's going to take. And I think that got a new ship forming up here. I'm just gonna need a lot of this. Hang on a second, I could also upgrade one of these guys here. Chance and mine layer as well. And that was the last upgrade that we could make. Now, or actually, it can be upgraded even more. Now, time to change the laws or national budget. So the more investment, as you can see, the more bonus we're gonna have, but less political power. If you're gonna go, for example, with small investment, you can have some bonuses. Engineer expanding. Now, the less spending, the more spending, the less political power. You don't need this actually. Industry spending, same thing. Now, you know what? I think important is minor restriction. Political power minus 10% damage to garrison. Sensor press, partial mobilization, heavily regulated immigration, closed borders, more monthly population, infrastructure. We could go to extensive conscription. Our training time is going to increase, but we're going to have more manpower. Although it's not what we need now, isn't it? Oh, army spending. Now this is also very important. The more we're gonna spend, the less stability we're gonna get, and less political power. But the more bonus we're gonna get, including division speed, mobilization speed, division limit plus 15, large army spending. The same thing with Air Force, Medium Air Force. The more we're gonna spend, the more bonus we're gonna get. So this is a very important stuff. National character. But I don't think I can change that. Original power, large army. I don't think I can change that manually. It seems that I can't. And the laws, of course. Let's see. The more taxes we're gonna have, the better it's gonna get. Factory output and consumer goods is going to increase, but it's going to increase production efficiency. Tariffs are also good. No tariffs to extreme tariffs. Foreign investors banned. Actually, I should encourage them. It means less political power. And industry nationalizes of private control. Central planned economy, I can do that. Private control, what good is gonna bring? It's not a good idea, private control. Most industry nationalized. More political power, more factory output, but less production efficiency, cap, retention, and growth. On the other hand, I could make some upgrades down here and add some industry like that. Heavy tank, mobile, but I don't need tanks right now. Wait. Ships, yes, ships would be good. With the other advantages and disadvantages, heavy tank, -1, surface visibility. Atlantic fleet for carrier and capital ship, escort fleet production cost +10 for screen ship. Escort fleet designer, Pacific carrier armor -15%. Raiding fleet, carrier submarine, capital ship heavy attack -10. But I think this is good. Even if it's going to decrease the heavy attack, the surface visibility is going to increase and speed. So let's go on with it. We're gonna have our first research and production stuff. In June 1901, cancel non-aggression pact. Boxer rebellion comes to an end. That is good. And we're gonna go stay neutral or European affairs, so that support central powers, so that all will support me, including Bulgaria and possibly also the Ottomans. But it's gonna take 70 days, and I'm not gonna do this now. I'm gonna do it later. First of all, I would like to go with the German question. Lesser German solution, no need for Austria or Austrian ally. This will increase relationship with Austria, and this is the path that I wanted to go on, or Austrian ally. But if I'm gonna go this, I'm not gonna go with Prussian roots. Greater Prussia. Invite Switzerland or annex Switzerland, demand northern Italy, fate of Italy. This could trigger the World War I if I'm gonna go with fate of Italy. Anyway, I gotta go with Austrian ally. I gotta need Austria as an ally. Austria is a great power, controlled opposition. We got 67 divisions. We got 129, and I think that we're gonna have even more. Once we're gonna have a little bit more better infantry equipment. Let's recruit a new spy in the meantime. Commando, and yeah, this is very good. Our third and last spy, because our alliance is actually too small. No effort is recruited. Trade opinion increased. Yeah, because United States is gonna anyway enter the Entente, and it's not gonna help. Alright, let's see what our troops are doing. Yeah, they have been reformed almost completely, and our guys are just moving through the Indian Ocean. They fought very far away in China. And I just think and hope that German China should also support and should start recruiting. They got a lot of manpower, available manpower, 6 million. I'm pretty sure they are starting recruiting now. But I'm not sure how much time it's gonna take until they will be forced to reckon with. Anti-partisan. Let's also go with, because we're researching very fast this stuff here. This is good with passive defense, gonna increase counterintelligence even more. And we got theoretically a lot of decisions influence map, assume Hebei, anti-democratic, recruitment. Yes, we can recruit. Let's recruit a French. That's good. High decision, disable. And now actually there are not really too many decisions we can take. Wait a minute, are we actually, we could go and use a fleet. Hang on a second, I got an idea. Let's just deploy first of all our, because I want to get some experience as well. Our only one single Zeppelin, and we're gonna send him to do exercises. And then we had some dudes here that I was also sent for exercises. Let's see where they are. They are still doing it. No, they're not doing it, but I'm gonna send them also to exercise. For example, this guy in Qingdao here could go and do some exercise. And also from regarding our, we have these guys that are doing exercises. That's alright. Because we're gonna need to have a lot of experience. Unfortunately, experience is capped at 500. But as you can see, we can already advance regarding airplanes with our experience. And we got some stuff here, the Carabiner 98A. I was waiting for this. It's gonna improve our weapons. 500 days, Recon Company 1 and 2, which was there. We're gonna have to wait. AFV, we can finally have this armored car. It's gonna take a lot of time, but I'm gonna go on with it. I find it to be nice, and we can actually, unfortunately, cannot upgrade it, but we can have a new type of early rifle 902. Passive defense is also done. Now let's go with the Air Force Department. Air intelligence 25%. With the Abwehr. And we're gonna need a little bit more resources if you want to do it good here. So we can just buy from Ottoman Empire. And right. So we're producing plenty of small arms as well. And Zeppelin and everything we need. But as you can see, we're still gonna need a little bit more small arms after we're gonna be able to deploy some new divisions. The Marines are needing simply more infantry equipment. So we are in August 1901. I just have the feeling that I played this game forever, but things are looking good. Discovery expedition sets sail. Robert Falcon Scott sets sail on RSS Discovery to explore the Ross Sea in Antarctica. The RSS Discovery sets sail from the Isle of Wight. And finally, we got early construction. Now, as you can see, construction speed is going to be minus 40%. Early construction. That's good. Now let's go on to space program. So we can research. It's just it's going to take 10 years or so. Radioactive materials in 1910. So we can do this later. And we are here with steam locomotive 232 days. Let's do it. In 1901, we're just gonna make this research. And as you can see, we have here the first powered flight made. Today, the first claimed powered flight is made by German-born American aviator Gustav Whitehead in his number 21 in Connecticut. Whether this count is true remains to be seen. I don't know what exactly the developer is trying to say here. They just have some problem with English. And we got the periscope done here. This is good. Research speed plus 1%. Better than nothing. And we're back in industry. Research speed. Production efficiency kept 2%. And efficiency kept another 2%. Early machine tools. I think I'm going to go on with this. Early machine tools. And we can modify government again. I'm going to modify by... So let's see, material. Yeah, artillery, infantry equipment, support, motorized equipment. Infantry equipment I think is good. Infantry equipment designer. Let's go on with it. So we have it here. Then I'm gonna go with industry, tanks, and so on. But for that, we're gonna need more political power. Without political power, we're gonna be able to do it. Spain has unknown focus. I mean France, not Spain. Why don't we just send one to deal and build something in Spain? Because this is important. We need to have an eye on Spain. Also, Russia is in the same alliance with France. Great Britain too, and the US too. I could of course try to influence Italy, but it's not going to last much. And I was hoping that these Jews will start putting up some manpower here, but they're not doing anything. No national focus set. Are they even doing something? Mobilization speed. I'm not sure. Maybe the German-China is not going to bring anything. But it's going to be a good thing to keep the Russians busy a little bit at the beginning of a possible war. Unite behind Karlsruhe. 67 divisions. Deployed manpower and available 600,000. We got 800,000. And I think we're also doing a little bit better with infantry equipment. I mean, I hope so. Yeah, yes, we are actually doing it better. Airframe, Zeppelin airframe, and support equipment is what we're gonna need more. And we've got plenty of phone calls. Bypass the Leeds Union or ally, and we can go with Deutsche Bund and some other things, but I'm not gonna mess with this right now. I'm just gonna go with economy. And we got a few things that we can do here. I think I'm gonna go with expand coal mines. It's gonna take 2 months or something. Air Force Department, anti-partisan. I'm gonna go on with blue strip printing, blueprint stealing. William McKinley assassinated. The 25th president of the US in 1901 was shot on the grounds of the Pan American Exposition at the Temple of Music in Buffalo, New York. 6 months into his second term, he was shaking hands with the public when an anarchist shot him twice in the abdomen. McKinley died on September 14th of gangrene caused by the wounds. He was the third American president to be assassinated following Abraham Lincoln in 1865 and James Garfield in 1880 or something. Royal Navy's first submarine launch, Norway, in October 1901. Historically, the British Royal Navy first submarine, Holland First, was launched on this day at Barrow-in-Furness. And we started to have a better amount of infantry equipment after very heavy battles with these guys that I was hoping they got some experience, but I think this were the one to gain experience. And these are getting even better experience. They are regular because they are keep training. So we should make more experience with all this in all fields. Blueprint stealing. This is going very fast, isn't it? Let's go with invisible ink. Invisible ink. Another 30 days. Assassin has been executed. President William McKinley's assassin, Leon Golgos, is executed in the electric chair at Auburn Prison in New York. And we got protected cruiser again. That's good. Now we're gonna move on to air. So we could go with engine, airframe, or fuselage. What do you guys think I should research first? Or canvas improvements? Then I'm gonna increase strategic bomber, because Zeppelin is theoretically a strategic bomber. Attack or so. Let's go with airframe first, because we're gonna have to go through this anyway. And here we got the new type of ship. The protected cruiser Deutschland class 2. Let's see if we can upgrade it. It's just gonna cost us a few naval experience, but we got it. We have it. No anti-air models yet. So which one should be? Could I save one? I guess it's gonna be this one. It says there's no difference, but oh yes, it is. Light attack is going to be increased, and torpedo attack a lot. So we're just gonna use it. It's gonna be protected cruiser. Let's just create 4 of them, right? 4 of them. And how's our factories doing? They are doing fine. I'm just gonna create more factories like that. Like 3 more factories, they are good. I'm gonna also need more factories, more military factories, of course. And I'll create even something else such as infrastructure. This is also important. In the north, infrastructure in the north, supply hub and railways. I think we've got plenty of supply hubs and railways. I just create a few more. Nurse kills innocent family. Oh man, terrible, absolutely terrible. We got also the invisible ink. Now Great Britain didn't just enter this alliance yet. As I said, I'm not gonna bother to defend our territory in Africa because we're not gonna be able to keep it anyway. Once the World War I will start, which will start, we are just in November 1901. But there is still a lot to play in this game. Frequency analyzes, that's good. Russia is now having a lot of divisions. Expand coal mines. It's gonna bring us more resources, and in the end we're gonna have another research focus, which is just perfect. Revitalize the army. We're gonna go with an offensive army. Very offensive for army. which grants attack 10%. Let's do it. Kaiser Lifeboat Disaster. The Kaiser lifeboat occurred off the coast of Caister on Sea, Norfolk, England. It took place during the what became known as the Great Storm, which caused havoc down the coast of England. Indeed. Anglo-Arrow War. The Anglo-Arrow War 1901-1902 was a conflict between the Arrow Confederacies in present-day eastern Nigeria and the British Empire. The war began after increasing tension between the Arrow leaders and British colonialists after years of failed negotiations. Alzheimer's discovered. August Deter is first examined by German psychiatrist Dr. Alois Alzheimer, leading to a diagnosis of the condition that would carry Alzheimer's name. This also increased our stability. Alzheimer's discovered. So we prepare to invade, to spy on France, but we don't have enough spies to do that. I'm just gonna keep that spy right there, but we're not gonna be able to do anything. So military parade over Chinese Empire. I'm not sure if this is going to help. Exploit resources in assume influence. Let's exploit power status report. Changes power status, army size, global policy report. Decision to make your gameplay more enjoyable. Unite South America. I don't want to unite it. And we're supposed to have more arms. Yes, we're having more infantry equipment finally. Which means that we're going to be able to deploy some of our divisions. I'm trying to do this since 2 years. Frequency analysis is there. We're just going to go with disguise too. And I'm gonna go on with land doctrine, infantry formation, fighting, labors, soft attack. Almost 100% stability. Should give us a big bonus here on factories. It seems, however, it's not the case. First transatlantic radio signal received. Guglielmo Marconi received the first transatlantic radio signal sent from Port England to Newfoundland. It is the letter S in the Morse code. Fantastic. Mombasa Victoria Uganda railway completed. It's also good. We got steam locomotive 2. Will enable us to move forward. I would go with the Army Equitation School and Motorized 1905. Okay, here we could go with Support Innovation and Early Chemical Explosives, Heart Attack, 15% for the infantry. This would be like something like grenade, hand grenade and so on. So I'm gonna go on with it 96 days. And we're gonna have a new type of, I think, train. Locomotive 2. Whatever we're doing with ships here, we're doing great. Just have 2 more of pre-dreadnought and armor cruiser 2 build, and pre-dreadnought 2, 3 of them, armor cruiser 5 and 4 protected cruiser. Use that. Our fleet is increasing considerably. Got 24 decisions. Let's exploit resources again. I'm not sure if this is going to help. Create African and Oceania sector. Military parade in the Chinese Empire. Let's do this again. This should actually increase somehow the military of the Chinese. And I think I'm seeing the first divisions. Oh yes, 4 number of divisions. Deploy manpower. Because I think they can have a lot of divisions. Wait a minute, can we see here? Some infantry regiments. Land doctrine. Of course, no types, but they have 4 divisions that we could ask for. We could request them. That would be interesting. I'm gonna do it, but not now. We're in December 1901. I'm just gonna let them to have more divisions. They first of all need to secure the border with Russia. That would be great. Early machine tools, production efficiency 2%, and then we're gonna go on with Jenny Cooper, construction speed another 8%. It's gonna take 174 days. Liquid rim pump, this is going to last forever, and trench warfare. But early production is going to be good, and extended machine tool is going to be even better. Anyway, let's go on here in this area. 2,900. We could go on with Army Equitation School. In 10 days. And we're finally making more motorized and more infantry equipment. Support equipment is also growing. And soon gonna also should have also like more troops such as the Marines and the others. They're just gonna need more support equipment. But I just have to feel that we're creating a lot. 24% factory output. Anglo-Japanese alliance. The first Anglo-Japanese has been signed between Britain and Japan. But there is no alliance actually. Guarantee independence by the UK, but they have no alliance just yet. Plastic explosives, strength and resistance. Bugging device. Intelligence gains from resistance at 10%. I think I'm gonna go on with this. Wait, China. Do I see that right? China has integrated southern China as well. They are still a puppet state. Wow, this is gonna transform them into a huge power. They have no national focus yet. New army movement. They got only these 4 divisions they had before, or maybe they just this is bonus. But we're talking about a huge China. This is our puppet state. They could fight against the British Raj down here, that I think are also having a lot of divisions, and against Japan and the US. But I think they could fight that way. Also, we're gonna have our Ottomans on our side. I think we might be able to defeat them. Right, available manpower is huge, and we've got it now. Offensive army, which is also very good. Focus armor cars. It's going to give us a few defense, a few bonuses. Also going to take 70 days. Everything's taking 70 days. Because this is what we have here as well. Bonus for destroyers, battle cruisers, and for battleship. I think bonus for battleship is good. And now we suddenly don't have enough power somehow. Now we have industrial concern, industrial research speed, and synthetic resources. Research speed, refining concern. Okay, that's good. And then we're gonna move on to tanks or something. Our fleet is also growing and very fast, and our resources too, but we're still gonna need some infantry support because we have deployed some troops down here. And we're still deploying. We can recruit maximum 250 divisions more decryption power, and we can prepare to make resistance councils, prepare collaboration government. Just don't have enough spies for that. Senussi order. I think Portugal will also enter this alliance. No faction, but I think they will enter the faction with Canada and British Raj. They will enter the faction with France. Nice, as I said, we're not going to be able to defend here in the southern area. We're just going to need way too many divisions. That would be great if you could take all this territory in Africa. They also have French Republic. It's just not going to kind of happen anything. But we're not actually on a brink of war right now, and I'm just going to try to make the things better in order to be able to recruit more troops and to stabilize our economy and so on. This will be the most thing that we're going to be able to do. We're going to have to. We're still researching a lot, early chemical explosives, airframe, and we got some bonuses here. Managed subjects. I think China might actually increase its independence, but even if they're going to become independent, they will not be our puppet state, but they will be yeah, they got 5 divisions, that's great. They should remain in a faction, even if they're gonna become independent, which will be absolutely great. We have China on our side, also perhaps the Ottoman Empire. That would be really good. Outdated military, they got a lot of penalties, the Ottomans, but they got a few divisions. And this is what matters. These guys also have 67 divisions, so I think that we're gonna have more. Because we've got 132 and we are increasing our number, and I would like to increase our number a lot. Now that we got plenty of infantry equipment and support equipment too. The British Raj declared war on the rebels. The Kabul K are a wizard tribe in Pakistan. Sub-tribe of the Woodsmanai, whatever. British launched a new expedition against the Kabul, who had then been in a state rebellion against British rule since 1896. I think this was Afghanistan, if I recall that right. And we are in March 1902, but I think I played enough because I'm playing this game since like forever, since like 10 AM or something. And I'm just gonna finish it here. I'm gonna finish the first episode here. I'm gonna keep playing. German China, treat from actions, and the Terminal of Philippine Republic, United States. We have generated war tension, and more and more war tension is going to be generated. So I'm just gonna end the recording here for now. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, goodbye.